Yo, what's going on, everybody? We back. Hopefully we fucking better than ever. Hopefully this shit works this time. But what's going on, everybody? We got Show in the building. We got Cap in the building.
This is take 2.
This is hopefully take 2. But but we live in the streets. Is what Show likes to say. But what's going on, Show? Have you seen Daredevil?
Not yet, unfortunately, man.
Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah. You forgot to what?
We got to change my input.
Ah, shit. We got to do it again, y'all. Tape 3. Cut.
I did that shit so fucking fast. I forgot to do that shit. But it's you know what though? Fuck it. We gonna be like. I just want to be able to fucking see the stream and shit. The chat and
Walto is dealing with his things in the background. I would like to take a minute to thank our brand new sponsor, who has been behind the scenes the whole time, but we're finally able to reveal our sponsor for all of our streams. Technical difficulties. When you feel like your shit's running too smoothly and your day's going too good, try technical difficulties. Well, it's a nice way to add a little bit of fuck up to what's going great. Just so you can know to yourself that you don't have to worry about shit being smooth sailing. Once again, technical difficulties. Thank you for sponsoring our stream.
Word.
Life is boring without technical difficulties.
If you don't want to fuck up your chances of having a good day, use technical difficulties.
And if
They're
you go
always
now
there.
and use promo code, we can only do it the hard way, and you get 20% off your next technical difficulty.
Word. There it goes. See, Janelle's there. There you go. Appreciate you being there. Fucking guy. Been here all this time and no one's seen him.
Welcome, Janelle. Always a pleasure to have you.
Always a blizzard to have him.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Oh. Shit.
A blizzard? It's getting hot. It's nice out here.
That's what
Don't
I'm
say
saying.
those words.
So, did you deliver to the hospital today?
No, sir.
Then
I
you
haven't
don't know.
delivered in weeks.
That shit was a fucking icebox today.
Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't there.
You liar.
I'm talking about in
It's
the
on
cafeteria. I'm standing an extra second near the fucking heated grab and go section.
I mean, look.
Yo, why does
Me
your
and myself.
background look like the red light district?
Hey, I'm out here selling ass. Don't tell nobody. 2 for
Shit
5.
is.
Oh, that's a new button. Press it. It goes, Roxanne.
What's going on? That's that fucking code 6. I think that's how we just St. Patrick's Day last night. It was alright. Raw sucked, but it was alright. How do we sound? How's the volume of our mic sound, guys?
Yo, so
Oh shit.
Yo, for anybody who's watching last night, Toe's just mad because Cena broke up with him, and it's officially over.
I was just about to say that. I was like, yo, you tricked me, bro. That promo was one hell of a fucking promo.
That
when I heard
promo makes no sense.
He was a good bad guy to me.
Yo, that promo was like if John Cena was trying to redeem himself for the shit that he did when he fucking turned on The Rock and they booed him. And he's like, yo, fuck y'all. What he should have did was, like I said to Hoch yesterday, what he should have did was try to flip the script and be like, y'all people are brainwashed and Cody is the bad guy here. I'm trying to save y'all from Cody. Yeah. Like you don't even know the shit that The Rock does in the back to make everything work for you, but Cody's the one that's disrupting the flow of the WWE and yada yada. We could be at so much bigger heights, and we gave Cody a chance to be here and take it to heights, but he's selfish. That would have been a better fucking promo.
To take on Toe's point and further it, John Cena seemingly selling his soul to The Rock Makes no fucking sense. Because he's had more success than The Rock in the WWE. More longevity than The Rock in the WWE. Just as much success in the movies as The Rock. Because The Rock, you can say whatever you want, but The Rock made like 6 good movies and is in 15 pieces of shit. Like, he's a movie star. He's doing exactly what the fuck he wants to do. He shouldn't have been painted as he sold his soul to The Rock. He should have been the other guy. We're still looking for somebody to sell their soul to us. And they could still be like, yo, Cody, this is still your spot if you want it.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
It's either you take this spot or I take your belt. Pick one. Either way, we're getting a champion.
This whole thing, but I'm not a face. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being. Nobody's ever said you weren't a fucking human being, John. They might have said you can't wrestle. They might have said that your fucking Total Divas relationship standards are a little fucking weird. But nobody ever said you were a piece of shit man. You have more fucking make-a-wishes than anybody. It's just you got boring because you only do fucking 5 moves. And there's only 2 people that I know of that could be forever baby faces with no fucking problem. Sting, because he's not boring. He changes it up when he needs to. And Ricky the Dragon fucking Steamboat. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the fucking best, one of the best wrestlers of all time. You are not, sir.
Word.
Sorry, I gotta get some of this out now because I have a similar little pedantic argument when we get into our main topic.
Word. Speaking of main topics, we got some news here. Marvel vs. Aliens. Marvel's Aliens vs. Avengers is set in a new universe. Did you know about this new comic run?
No.
Alien versus the Avengers. Yeah, it's actual aliens.
Oh, aliens.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear to God, I was like, oh, Marvel's finally going to take on extraterrestrials. Like they've never done that before.
No, yeah. It's set in a new universe in which the entire Aliens franchise exists side by side with the Marvel's universe. Here are the exomorphs have overwhelmed Earth, and most of the heroes, the xenomorphs.
Yeah,
that's what they call.
Yep.
Okay. Have overwhelmed Earth, and most of the heroes have died gruesome deaths.
Okay. Yo, the fucking one they did with Predator was awesome. Predator versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. So aliens versus Marvel. That's all right. That's dope. I'm on board for that.
I seen there was a comic where it was Predator and he beat the shit out of the Hulk, but I didn't read the comic.
No, there's a whole run of Predator versus the MCU.
Okay. Disney Plus will release a documentary about the Goofy movie.
Hey, you know what's funny? I watched something the other day that brought up Mrs. Goofy, Max's mom. And do you know what happened to her?
No.
Can you take a guess?
She was drunk, she died, or she left Goofy for somebody.
None of those. There's definitively no answer into where the fuck her whereabouts is or what happened. She was in in cartoons back in the 50s before Max was born. Then somehow Goofy had the kid, she disappeared and they never mentioned it ever.
She went out for a pack of cigarettes, never came back.
Yeah. Do you know can you guess what one distinguishing feature that she has is?
Based off of Max?
Based off of whatever you fucking think they'd put.
She got a booty. I don't know.
Probably. No.
You said a distinguishing feature. I mean,
She has red hair.
red hair. Okay.
Yeah, so if you see an old school, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now just to show a pic. If Disney doesn't want to fucking take it down, because
Wait.
that's all you ever see of her.
Her?
That's not her.
Who is?
See the one with the newspaper?
This one.
No. Like the woman sitting in the chair.
This.
Yeah, that's her. That's all you ever see of her.
Oh, shit.
It's a shot from behind, the red hair, and that's it.
Yeah, but damn, look at Max. Don't even look like Max. Because you see the little kid here.
Yeah, I don't think that's Max.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. I would have never fucking thought that. He's like Wolverine.
Yeah. Controversial question for anybody who's out there in the chat and can fucking respond. Now, do we allow Goofy to celebrate both Mom and Father's Day?
You should. Shit. He's being a mom and a pops to Mac.
I mean, as far as we know, she just said fuck the kid and left, right?
Word. Big ass teeth. No toothbrush. Damn. So wait, is that gonna be a part of the Goofy movie? I remember they made a documentary on the Goofy movie before, where it was showing how Goofy was a black father. Yeah, there's a whole.
I guarantee you that was not fucking Disney who did that.
No, it was some other dude. I think it was like on
that's more
HBO.
like Robbie did that.
Yeah, like on HBO Max, how they were comparing how Goofy was a black father to his son. You know, like because he's a single father and all this stuff's going on and blah blah blah. And yeah, it was weird.
So by that estimation, is Mickey the white one then?
I guess so. And again, we get no fucking Spanish representation in this.
Nah, the Spanish got to be Donald.
Oh, why? Because we don't wear pants.
Was in the Three Caballeros?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Nobody can understand what the fuck he's saying? Yo, he's been around. Yo, he's been around for how long? He refuses to learn English.
That's true. He don't wear no pants. Okay, there you go. Shit.
Look, he lives with all of his family members, his 3 fucking cousins, his nephews. Like,
he got that one motherfucker that's rich, swimming in a pool of money that don't want to spend no money.
Come on, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That don't sound like some Mexican gangsters.
Well, what? True, yeah. Darkwing Duck. He's he's Batman on the side. Shit, okay. Now, on another note, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Charlie Cox, your boy, Daredevil, wants to play the Joker in James Gunn's DCU. I don't see it either, but it seems interesting.
I don't see it because, all right, right now I think it's on Netflix. Charlie Cox has a miniseries that is fucking fantastic. He's like an FBI agent or some sort of MI6 or some shit, and so things happen, and he's got to figure out the truth. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's really good. But when you watch it, two things come to mind. Matt Murdock's fucking great because he looks like Matt Murdock. Even though I think he uses his own voice, his own accent, he still feels like Matt Murdock. And the other thing that comes to mind is he blind or not? Which I know he's not.
No, but I hear you.
He does so fucking good that when he looks at somebody, you're like,
and he see
that
me?
motherfucker could see.
This motherfucker been lying this whole time on Netflix. Shit. But the Joker, though. Like, what made him want to be the Joker?
Well, I mean, if you play... Picture it this way, right? If you play a similar character to Batman, is there really that far of a stretch to play the Joker? Like, think about it. The Joker showed up, and the first thing we see is he just goes, "Oh, I'm just supposed to kill you." Pap, and takes the money. Typical bank robber bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
But the first time Batman's with the Joker, he slams his head into the fucking table, throws him against the wall, and you're like, "Oh, yo. My man just came in beating the shit out of
Really shouldn't go for the head.
Yeah, I was like, yo, my man, if you want to fuck him up, why are we questioning him?
He's like, you're questioning him. I'm fucking him up. This is bad cop, bad Batman.
Yo, what are we going to do? We're going to do good cop Batman.
No, bad cop Batman, because you're just going to let me fuck him up. You ain't going to
No, yo, we got to do that skit. Good cop Batman. And the cop comes in and is like, all right, we caught you jaywalking. You want a soda or something? And Batman just shows up. Boom! Where were you going? yo, my man.
Did you not see the red light? Shit.
Oh, even better. Even better. We have the interrogation room. Good cop is like, so, I'm going to get you something to drink. We just need your statement. Batman shows up. Boom! Where were you on the night? And like, yo, he's the witness! He's the witness!
He just starts fucking everybody up. And then you're in the courtroom. All right, this is the closing ceremony. Batman shows us beating up the fucking jury. This is the jury. Jury, where were you?
He just is the man who heard you in the courtroom tonight. Yes. Who is he? Batman.
Where were you?
Yo, state your name for the jury. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Which one is that? Your first name? Like, he's the world's greatest detective. Why? He beats the shit out of everybody. Somebody confessed. Everyone confesses to something.
Fucking.
You figured out who stole Mamita's fucking ring 2 years ago.
Yeah. They finally get the balls to arrest him. And he's just, I'm Batman. You can't arrest me. Like, yo, you're going to jail. It's like, call Alfred. Someone call Alfred. He's got my bail.
Where were you?
I know Harvey Dent. God damn it.
I don't break the law. I'm vengeance.
Right. He gets thrown in there with Judge Dredd and the Mountie.
I'm the Mountie. I am the law. I'm vengeance.
Batman.
And what's his name is in there? Rico. One war. But yo, all right, speaking of the Joker, then we got off on a tangent. There was a video where how would the Joker last against Marvel heroes? Right? Now before we get into that.
We kind of did that a while back.
Yeah. But I want to ask you a question. Didn't the Joker kill the Flash in Elseworld?
Probably.
Like I think in Injustice, he killed the Flash because like the Flash went to go find the Joker and he went into the fucking sewer and grabbed some shit and the thing blew up and killed him. Something like that, right?
Something like that.
It was like in the cartoon. That's what happened. And now I'm saying they're talking about how he have like a no % chance.
In the animated movie, he trapped him. Yeah.
Okay. He has a no % chance of beating any of these heroes. Like Spider-Man would kill him, Cat would kill him, Punisher would definitely kill him. He's like, the only reason why the Joker's still alive is because Batman lets him alive. But what I want to ask you is, realistically, wouldn't the Joker be on some, I think I could kill Spider-Man by luring him into this shit and poison him with something. Like, the Joker's not just somebody that walks in the street and just starts duffing people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not just going to be like, Spider-Man, I came to bargain. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Here's the thing. Spider-Man specifically has his spider sense.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to trap and kill him. Right? Now, you can make the argument, oh, well, Spider-Man has his own Joker, Carnage. And he doesn't kill him. And he doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Carnage is 10 times more powerful than the Joker will ever be. So if you showed Spider-Man a man who's acting like Carnage and has no qualm about killing people, Spider-Man is gonna be a fucking problem for him. And if it's not for him, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man has on speed dial a certain someone with a skull who has a particularly easy time killing basic fucking humans that are just fucking batshit insane. That's the reason why I say in Marvel, he's going to have a tougher time. There is no Punisher in the DC universe. There is no... You can make the claim Red Hood. Right? But Red Hood still has Bruce Wayne who will grab him and be like, no, you got to fucking walk back. Nobody in Marvel is going to look at Punisher and go, don't cross that line. He's specifically around for people who are like, he's just out of my reach. But Frank, especially with Nick Fury,
yeah.
Nick Fury would find a way to have the Hulk, to have Joker fuck with the Hulk. Just so the Hulk could go out there and accidentally kill
him. The Hulk sneezes too hard and kills Joker.
Yo, he's gotta worry about Hyperion. Hyperion is not like he's like Superman because the power sets are similar. He's not fucking Superman. He's not gonna stand for this shit. He's got to deal with Sentry, who would turn into the Void. The Void is not gonna fucking stand for this. Like, you really think people on our side are gonna be like, but that's the Joker. Waka waka, like Doom. Dr. Doom is not gonna sit around. Kingpin is not gonna sit around and let this motherfucker run amok.
That's crazy how the bad guys are gonna be like, nah, you bad for business, kill him.
Yo, look, you got Kingpin, right?
Yeah.
Joker shows up in New York City. He starts killing all your people because he doesn't give a shit. He's trying to cause trouble. He's stopping your business. He's stopping other enterprises you have. You don't think Kingpin's gonna do something about him?
Yeah.
And you don't think Kingpin is not only gonna send Hammerhead, Tombstone, the fucking
Bullseye.
Matador, other motherfuckers who will take him out quick? You don't think that's gonna happen? And if somehow Joker gets by them, right? Let's say he gets by them. You don't think Wilson Fisk is gonna handle this shit himself?
Yeah. He is the type that fuck, he'll handle his shit himself.
And you think in a one-on-one fight, the man who Cap can't beat is gonna lose to the Joker?
Nah.
Like, come on, let's be fucking serious here. What do you kids say now? Let's keep it a fucking Milwaukee Buck.
Word.
Like, we have people on our side that will straight just kill him because he cannot be left alive.
So in reality, when people make up this thing that Nightwing and Robin will beat like Spider-Man or all these people, like when they do the DC versus Marvel, because of that, what you just said, and Joker kidnapping Nightwing and all the Robins and Catwoman and all these people as easily as he does sometimes, don't that mean that Marvel characters are better than fucking DC characters, at least the Batman family?
Yo, Marvel versus DC. Read that book. It was not a tie. They kind of played off as a tie, but Marvel fucking won. I'll tell you right now, Wonder Woman had Mjolnir and Storm with nothing but her mutation. Fucked her up. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case. Like, you can't tell me your characters are better when you let happen a god with the weapon of a god got her ass handed to her by a mutant. I don't even think Storm's Omega level. So you didn't even fight an Omega. I'm going to look it up just to see if Storm's Omega. Because if she's not, you didn't even fight the tippy top of fucking mutations. And you still got your ass handed to you.
Shit. She might be Omega.
Okay, she is. She is. I only questioned it because Professor X is not Omega level mutant.
He's not?
No.
Oh.
Which is baffling. Can you tell me why? Well, first off, do you know who Bobby Drake is?
Bobby Drake sounds so fucking familiar.
Iceman.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say either one of the Ghost Riders or Iceman.
Can you tell me why Iceman is Omega level?
Can he freeze the planet? Or he could freeze molecules inside your body.
Yeah. He doesn't have ice powers. He fucks with the temperature of the moisture around him. What?
It's kind of like Pyro, where he's like, no, he doesn't make flames, but he's the master of flames.
Yeah.
Whereas Johnny Storm makes flame.
Yeah. Like, this motherfucker is not, his power is not, oh, do you want 3 ice cubes or 4?
Shit. Which, now that you think about it, it's like, that's more realistic than any other thing that you've seen when Johnny Storm and Deadpool and Wolverine. Pyro just like took his powers and he fell.
Yeah, that was done more for comedic effect, but
And so So I
what I wish
rewatched.
they would have done?
Oh, good. Yeah.
And again, it's not, they only have a certain runtime. What I wish they would have done was had Johnny Storm fly up, and instead of immediately hitting the gag, have Pyro take some of the fire and make one of his fucking fire golems. Have a little fucking air battle. And then when Johnny's sitting there like, oh, I defeated your golem. That's when he's like, you're an idiot. That was a distraction. Bam. Then take the fire, make him fall. Now we have a cool scene. We see Pyro actually do some shit cool. And we get,
Yeah.
But like I say, what do I know?
Well, let's see what you know. Here goes a question for you. You're a notorious criminal. Which one of these four would you rather meet randomly on the street? Moon Knight, the Red Hood, Rorschach, or Punisher?
Punisher.
You would rather meet Punisher on the street than any one of those?
Rorschach talks too fucking much. Red Hood talks too fucking much. Punisher's he's not there to talk. It's happening, and that's it. He's not gonna sit there and do some stupid shit. Boom. Mark Spector, I don't know which one is gonna show up.
You don't want to dance
too unpredictable, and which one of the three I'm gonna get. And
you don't want to dance sequence
popping up. Mr. Knight, I might actually have a chance, but that's a roll of the dice. It's like if I did something wrong and my punishment is looking more like I'm not getting locked up, I'm getting put in a box. Send me the dude who's just gonna do it and be done with it. But well, why prolong? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. But so I rewatched Captain America Brave New World, and I'm starting to see that the plan from the thinker was the leader from the leader was flawed based off of his plan. Now his power is he can see the calculations and the probabilities of anything, so he uses probability, right? So there's a large probability that he can deface Thunderbolt Ross, which that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to show Thunderbolt Ross for who he was, right? But I don't think he factored into it that Thunderbolt Ross is the president of the United States, where he has a whole bunch of people fucking protecting him, but also doing investigations and shit like that. He definitely didn't factor Sam Wilson in because he thought that Sam Wilson was just someone that had a grudge against the president. And he didn't factor in Torres, Falcon. See, the thing is, with his plan, you can deface Thunderbolt Ross easy because he did it. He made him the Red Hulk. He blurred everything out, and now Thunderbolt Ross is in the
raft.
The raft. His plan worked, but what he fucked up was he went after
Isaiah.
No, Sidewinder. Where Sidewinder is one of those guys that he does everything for money, right? Probably he does stuff for money, but also he does things for leverage. He's a negotiator. Like this guy is, if I can't kill you, I'm going to figure out a way to make this situation better for me. So the probability of him going to sell the animanium to no one was high because he wanted the money. The probability of him getting caught and the Adamantium getting caught, high. That all worked. Now, the probability of him killing Sam Wilson, technically, if you throw a bomb in a car, it kills people. But this is Sam Wilson we're talking about. This man has been training with a super soldier that no one knows that he's training with Isaiah Bradley. You understand? So that's a factor that's not put into his variables. He's also a pilot. His instincts and his reaction time is higher than most people because he has to be able to think at Mach 5. That's probably not factored in his variables. So he said, if you survive the bomb, there's a 74% chance that you talk me down. He didn't try to talk down Sidewinder. He wanted to know who the fuck was Sidewinder working for. Sidewinder was the one talking. There's a 97% chance I'm going to catch Sidewinder. And he caught him. And then Sidewinder told him everything he needed to know about this dude. If you factor that in your probabilities, that doesn't change the fact that you can still face Thunderbolt Ross. But it also means that the plan that you had for the country to not fucking sign the treaties, or for Sam Wilson to be the guy that's really the inspiration for the world to be what they are, that wasn't factored into nothing. So if you think about it, the leader's plan was faulty the minute he thought of it. Because that's the true definition of an eye for an eye, everyone's blind.
Yeah. See,
because now not only is the leader in the raft, Thunderbolt Ross is in the raft.
Yeah, I don't know why you would put him in the same spot, but all right.
Yeah. But also, they signed the treaties. Like, he accomplished nothing.
True. I agree with you 100%. The only caveat I would make is I don't think he didn't factor in Sam Wilson. I just think he didn't believe Sam Wilson would be enough to sway anybody to continue to sign the treaty if that happened.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't think about him. It's like, well, he's nobody anyway.
Yeah. And the Red Hulk thing, I think Thunderbolt Ross was semi in control. Because if you notice, when he hit the wings were vibrating like crazy. It's like, holy shit, they can't take this. But then there's other things that he threw something at the people and it hit the barrier of the White House, and the White House crumbled, right? But he also clapped and took out the other side of the White House. I think he was holding back because he knew the full strength of what he had. But he wasn't trying to hurt nobody. He was just throwing that temper tantrum. You know, he was just, the anger took over, and he was letting it take over. And he was like, well, if I can't stop this shit right now because I don't know how to control it, I'm going to hold back.
Possible. I just want to know why. I mean, I know why Jen could turn and then immediately she's just Herbert Green. I do not know why we couldn't get Red Hulk comes out, has all that shit, then we get a fucking he catches himself in the fucking gardens and there's a conversation to talk down the Red Hulk. Because the Red Hulk is fully functioning mentally. He is not a rage monster.
Like the Hulk.
Yeah, it's just Thunderbolt in the body of a Hulk.
Because, all right, so let's break it down. Jen and Thunderbolt Ross are the Hulk. Like, Jen is She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Thunderbolt Ross is the Red Hulk. Bruce Banner's not the Hulk.
No, the Hulk is a separate entity.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why couldn't we get why couldn't we get Thunderbolt? And why couldn't we get that moment where we realize, oh, he's not like Banner.
Yeah.
He can think. He can act. He's got his full mental capability in a body that is not fucking held back because of it.
Kind of like the Abomination.
Yeah, and now we have a situation like in Guardians of the Galaxy where, yeah, you know, the team up, beat him up would have been cool, but no, they found a different way to stop a man from destroying the planet. Somebody they couldn't fucking physically beat. So Quill did what he could do. I'm gonna distract you. He did the fucking dance off shit.
Yeah.
Like there's more than one way to defeat somebody. And if you're gonna make it that you have a guy who's literally like, fuck, I should have took the serum. I can't fight him. Why not have him go up against the actual fucking Red Hulk? I was like, yo, I brought you to the spot. You remember the spot? And then we get a thing where, okay, he's in control. He's there. He can take control. He's able to rationalize. He doesn't calm down instantly just because you talk to him. Like, it takes him a second to calm down. To further proving that he could stay in this state and it doesn't affect any of his other abilities. Holy shit. Look who it is.
Hold on. Let me make sure everything is good. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Only when you speak, brother.
Oh shit, is that Cash? Let me look down. I'm at work and shit. Almost crashing.
What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? Cheers
What's
to y'all.
going on?
What's up, man?
Cheers. L'chaim.
Yeah.
L'chaim. Yo, how you feeling? Toe, you good?
Yeah, a lot better than last week, man.
Yeah. If you missing out on an episode, it's because it's for a real reason.
Seriously.
Yeah, because you ain't missing out on no episodes.
Don't believe him. He just had to take a 3-hour shit.
Yo, that might not feel bad. You know, just fucking let out like years of freaking backed up stuff. This is what I come into. What's up, fellas, man? It's good to see y'all. It's good to pull up. Lot to freaking talk about. But
oh yeah,
what were you guys talking about now? Let me not come in here interrupting.
So yesterday I rewatched Captain America: Brave New World.
You know what's crazy? I rewatched it over the weekend. Yeah.
So we was talking about that, and Cap was saying how
let's start right there, please. Let's start right there, please.
Yeah. Cap was saying that he wishes that the Red Hulk had a little bit more conscious because he's not a rage monster. But go ahead, Cap.
So we get to that end. He remembers the fucking garden.
Yeah.
Right? Sam Wilson talks him down. But we realize, like I was saying, that Thunderbolt's in control. He's fully functional. He's got his military. You could tell he's talking to Thunderbolt.
Yep.
Just in the body, an unencumbered body of a Hulk. Right? So when you talk him down and he gives himself up and he's in the raft, him being in control gives a little fucking nod to, hey, we need a Hulk that is not just going to destroy shit. Well, I know somebody who's going to want to do something good to get out of the raft.
Yep.
Who I can turn around and go, hey, for some time served, I need you to do this. He's going to be behaved. He's going to be fully in control. He's going to be tactical. All this shit. And we don't have a bunch of people going, well, how the fuck can he take a punch from the Red Hulk? He's just a fucking man. We bypass all that shit. And we set up when the Red Hulk can actually come in and do some shit.
So what do you so what are you saying? Like Red Hulk, like sort of saying that like he held back a little bit because he was kind of in control?
I'm saying I think
that's what Toe was saying.
Okay.
I was saying that ending should have just been he transforms, he freaks out for a second because he wasn't expecting it. Then instead of a fight scene at the end, we get Sam Wilson being able to talk him down. which establishes that, oh, Thunderbolt is in there. It's not just mindless rage.
Yeah, 100%.
We skip out on the questioning of how this regular man, even with vibranium, can withstand impacts like the Hulk, getting punched by him. And we set up that we can use the Hulk or the Red Hulk in a future movie.
Yeah.
Without having, we could just do all mocap and have Harrison Ford just sit in a voice booth.
I love the irony of that, to have Thunderbolt Ross now being kind of like what he hated, like a hero, out there helping, looking the way he does, that'd be very funny. I kind of like that idea. Yeah. It's funny because when I rewatched it, yes, I've been seeing all of the discourse. Y'all can hear me well, right? Like, y'all can hear me good, or do I need anything? Perfect.
Loud and clear.
So I keep seeing all of this whole, he's just this like regular guy. And I'm like, it wasn't just the suit. Everything about him was kitted out. Like even his like Under Armour, when Sidewinder stabbed him and he was still able to move, he was like, oh man, Kevlar, I forget what he said, but Kevlar something. And he was like, yeah, perks of the job. So like head to toe, like
he was prepared.
Sam is like they are giving all the extra help they can give to Sam because they know he doesn't have the serum. Literally everything is made to assist him in whatever it is that he's doing.
And also, if you think about it, he fought Captain America. He fought Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
He fought aliens.
Spider-Man.
He knows Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Ant-Man. He knows what he needs
100%.
when a super soldier's coming after
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So since we're talking about this, did you guys enjoy the film?
I enjoyed it. It don't get me wrong, it's not fucking Endgame, Infinity War.
For sure.
But it's a Marvel movie. I enjoyed it. We got to see new characters. We get to see what happened with the fucking hand in the ocean that we've been talking about for fucking 10 years.
The minute I saw it, I said, yes, Tom, yes.
Yeah. I was
like, And I love how, I think it's cool that we're in a time in the MCU where you can say adamantium, right? Like, I think, like, it's just, yes, we can say that now. Like, and obviously, vibranium sort of like, there was like a pseudo kind of like double meaning for adamantium at the time, right? Because we didn't, I guess Marvel.
Camp Shield is also adamantium, vibranium, and
like it was a way to say adamantium without saying it because of Sony or whatever.
Yeah,
Fox. But it's good to be in a world where we can say adamantium. I don't know. I felt really happy about that. So I liked the movie too. Obviously, it wasn't Captain America Winter Soldier. Because obviously, like, comparing things to Endgame and Infinity War, I still feel is very unfair, right?
It is. Yeah,
it's just so unfair. So, like, rating it, like, I wouldn't even say it's like First Avenger, Maybe a little better than First Avenger. I don't know. We could talk about that. But I thought it was really fun to see. I thought it was really fun to see this new Captain America. Like, he's in the limo. He's like having drinks. Yeah, I love that. Like, that was fun.
The crazy shit is I'm rewatching that part and I'm like, you know what?
He's totally different.
Steve Rogers has always been the man out of time.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson is the man of this time.
100%.
So why wouldn't he be excited to go see the president, go drinking and chill with his boys?
100%. I'm so there with you, bro.
Like, Steve Rogers is the guy that's like, I don't fit in anything. I got the reference to the monkeys, the flying monkeys. I got that reference.
Steve Rogers needs a war. Yeah. Sam Wilson doesn't need a war.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson's been fighting a war internally his whole life.
Yep.
He doesn't need a war. There's so much work to do outside of war in this MCU America that it's more than just being called to duty.
Yeah.
Sam could be used in just so many different facets.
He actually helps people too.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he could be, which is funny. And I just want to come back and just say that, obviously in this podcast, like we've always made, calls and we guess stuff. And I want to say that one of the best guesses or calls that we ever made is toe tags. When you said Steve Rogers knew exactly what he was doing when he gave that shield to Sam. I think we just saw that not only in Captain America Winter Soldier, but also in this movie. Like, if it wasn't made aware to you before, like, they knew exactly what they were doing when they gave Sam, obviously, Black Man, whatever. We've spoken about this plenty of times before. But I think they knew exactly. He knew exactly what he was doing when he gave him that shield. And obviously, Kevin Feige and everybody else, like, they could have gone the Bucky route, sure. But I feel like we needed this.
Yeah,
I like seeing Captain America have a fucking drink of champagne. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I like seeing that.
I kind of like also the fact that Bucky's running for fucking office now.
So that was kind of like crazy. I was like, what is happening here? So that would be fun, but I just hope it isn't one of those little things that end up not being anything in the future. Like let's lean into that. Let's not just. Now Thunderbolts comes up and we hear no mention of that. Like, is he still going to be like this person running for office during Thunderbolts? I would love to see where that goes. Cap, tell me what you thought about
it. So, at the time, I liked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
My main criticism is that we didn't go watch Captain America 4. We watched...
This is Incredible Hulk 2.
Yeah, we watched Hulk 2 and they pulled Cap into it. That's my biggest thing.
100%.
Like he got pulled into somebody else's story.
100%. To me, this feels like a Ultron moment. Like, this just, okay, there's been a lot going on in the MCU, guys. Sorry. Let's just put a couple of things out there. Just as, you see how, like, when you go to a mall and you look at the map, and there's like you are here. But that was what Captain America Brave New World was to me. It's like, you are here. Like, if you haven't been here for a while, if you didn't like the shows on Disney Plus and you didn't like everything that we were doing there, you are here. And did I like it's filler. It's filler, but it was good filler. Some filler's good. Like, even in, like, anime, Dragon Ball, and, Naruto and shit like that. There's this filler. This filler was good. I enjoyed the filler. And I don't know, man. I get really excited about Sam Wilson, Captain America. I just like seeing him being, like, not so, like, goody like this. He's just a regular dude being Captain America. I love that. I love that.
You like seeing him not being so Cap.
Yeah.
And well, I was gonna go forward into this different subject, but with the whole Thunderbolt Ross, him being president and turning into Red Hulk, happening in this movie, and them connecting it to Hulk 1, Incredible Hulk. It kind of goes now. The next phase can be the president that goes, y'all been bamboozled about this shit that they've been hiding from you.
Mm-hmm.
There's fucking mutants running around here.
Yeah.
There's mutated people from aliens or the blip or some shit that they don't tell you about, and we gotta watch out for them.
100%.
And now there could be a fucking whole race war or mutation war that's happening.
Do we get, instead of Senator Kelly, President Kelly?
Ooh.
Shit. Mutant President Kelly, or just like regular President Kelly? Like,
let's do just regular.
Regular. Okay.
It'd be weird to explain
to like try to pick it up. Yes, it would be weird. It would be very weird. Okay, cool. I would love that. I would love to see that as well. I don't know, man. I think I know people still say their things about the MCU, but I think we're in a better space than we have been in a long time. Is that just me? Maybe it's Daredevil. Maybe it's the course. I don't know. I feel like we're in a better spot than we were maybe 2 years ago.
For me personally, I think that's just you.
Really, like you know, I feel like they've cut down on like the shows, and there's a lot of like extra stuff that they kind of like, hey, listen, maybe we don't do that. Like you, like
last week I did say, and if you hear my summation of Cap 4 just now, I said at the time I liked Cap 4.
Yeah.
But for me, like I said last week, watching Daredevil episode 1 made me want to title last week's episode "Fuck You, Marvel."
Because
like, how dare you show me that you can actually have this type of writing?
Yeah.
And we getting bullshit.
I guess, and it's funny because I just mentioned it too. Like, am I feeling this way because of Daredevil? And look, yo, the thing of Daredevil, I see a lot of people online, right? And there's like, oh, is this better than the original Netflix? To me, I'm not seeing it like that. This is just season 4.
Yeah, I'm seeing it as the continuation.
Yeah.
This is just season 4. And it's like, the reason this is so good, and I get where you're coming from, Cap, and you know what? It just hit me like a ton of bricks. The reason Daredevil is so good, and the writing and this and that, and obviously there's still some issues, of course, but the reason it's so good is because Kevin Feige knew, he's like, yo, I can't fuck this one up. I can't. So it's like, why don't you approach everything the way you're approaching Daredevil? And maybe, and in contrast to what I just said 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh, is the MCU in a good place? Maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm thinking about it because of Daredevil. Hopefully we see the success of Daredevil. And it's like, maybe you're like, okay, this is what we need to start doing. Because Daredevil has that same vibe of Captain America Winter Soldier 2014, where it's just this is just a good show. It doesn't it feels like a real show. No Marvel show other maybe than Loki or Moon Knight have felt this real. My opinion.
You know, for me, it feels like Kevin Feige, they try to Marvelize it.
Yeah.
Right? We heard they shot 4 episodes. Kevin Feige came in and said, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" and canceled all of it.
That's why I was explaining to Eddie. He didn't understand what I was saying. I was like, "You don't want to go
mute.
You don't want to do that."
Show.
No, show you gotta mute yourself.
I tried to. That was
right now. I'm almost done.
Yo, this seems like a website issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a website issue.
I'm trying to mute him.
No, his mic shows muted.
Yeah, and it's still coming.
That's insane. The power of show is too strong.
Yeah.
It's just too strong. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
So like I'm saying, they try to MCU it, right? And we heard that the first 4 episodes were horrible and they changed shit and they scrapped it. And what it looks like is Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox went in there and was like, yo, we love this. We know what we're doing. And I'm hoping that with Daredevil, with it having continued success, I'm hoping that Thunderbolts comes out and has success. And it's probably not going to make much money because people are going to not see it based on, everything else was bad, so blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping that Thunderbolts is a really good movie. I'm hoping Fantastic Four is a really good movie.
I think Fantastic Four is the movie of the year. Like, in terms of
the
Marvel.
common thread between all 3 is, they let people who love the characters and this material make the movie.
100%.
Hey, we need you to make this character. I hope that it's, hey, do you like this guy? Cool. What about this guy do you like? Make the movie. We learn going forward that we just need people who love what the fuck they're talking about. Make a movie.
I think the biggest issue with Marvel after Avengers, or with those movies that we didn't like in the TV shows, is that you found the perfect character for the person playing the hero. And the side characters are the ones that are just put in there, and it's a little awkward. Because if you like Kamala Harris, so Kamala Harris,
Kamala
Kamala Harris, she's running for fucking president.
That's for a whole nother podcast, guys.
No, she's running for president, and they just shoved her in there, and everyone's awkward now. But if you put Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel, see how we just bring that shit back together?
You're good at that. You're good at that.
Yeah, I can bullshit out both sides of my mouth. If you put Kamala Khan like with her family, that aspect is dope.
Yeah.
And then you throw in different things, and it's like it works. But when Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, came into Echo, it was a little awkward. Because it was like, this guy knows who Kingpin is. And you changed Kingpin a little bit to fit Echo. As opposed to making Echo
fit into Fisk. Yeah, 100%.
But like make Echo fit into this world.
And you know what's crazy that you say about that? There's a lot of Echo that we haven't seen or will never see again. Because there was a lot of Daredevil stuff in Echo that they cut. There was a lot of Wilson Fisk stuff that they cut, even though he did show up. Like there was still a lot going on, and I get what Cap is saying, that like, so the reason Daredevil is so good is because Daredevil has always been good. So Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox knew, hey, we can't mess this up. We've seen these 4 episodes that you're done, and it's just not good. We need to redo this. Marvel needs that same spank in the ass for everything else. That's all.
Yeah.
Like someone like telling Kevin Feige, no, this isn't it. And let me tell you something.
Shit, it's kind of like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
That's not the right sword.
Yeah, that's not the right. Yeah. Geralt of Rivia would never say this.
Yeah.
He would not say this. So let's just scrap it. Which, let me tell you, he's working on Space Marine right now.
Yo.
At the very least, that's going to be an 8 out of 10.
He's working on Voltron right now.
He's working on everything.
And if Voltron comes out, I might be a Henry Cavill fan.
I'm already a Henry Cavill fan. I'm already one. Like anything, because I just know he's going to bring that passion.
No, I like him. Don't get me wrong, but if he nails Voltron,
yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm getting a tattoo of me doing this shit.
You know what? Like, does Henry Cavill need to become a Feige in his own regard? Give him a whole universe to mess with. Let's see his take on the DCEU.
No, give him the Warhammer. Let him, because he knows it through and through.
Yes.
And that's something that has not, although it has permeated pop culture with animated films, with video games.
The secret level was really good as well of Warhammer.
We have not seen a live action mainstream project.
I'm confident.
Let's let him take over all that.
Like I would be like, all right, Henry. I would just if I was the person running the show over there, I would just come in and be like, Henry, is everything okay? Is there anything you need? Do you need more money? Okay, I'll be back next week. Like that's what I would do. I would just let him do his thing.
I'll take one step further. I'd be like, all right, Henry. I brought these 3 writers. They said they played the game. Ask them 5 questions each. Whichever ones you don't vibe with, they get the fuck out. You write this shit.
Some Dark Knight shit. Drop the fucking stick on the floor and see whoever is left over. 100%. 100%. But
before we get into our main topic, because you haven't been here for a while.
I haven't.
I need your opinion on the clear inability throughout history and I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. The clear inability throughout history to never be able to make a movie that contains African American male lead and vampire. What is your take on just the world? Nobody can ever crack that. I don't think we'll ever see it. We'll never, it hasn't been done. It'll never be done.
We're talking about Blade.
Yeah.
Cap, I wasn't coming over here today to feel this.
Cat wants to smoke.
Yo, dude, I miss your voice in here, man.
Man, no one wanted this movie more than me. No one. I don't think anyone wanted this movie more than me, man. And it's like, I mean, has anyone seen Vampire in Brooklyn? Like, maybe start there. Obviously, that's a joke. But I don't know. And you know what? Let's try to find some positivity here, because that's what I do. Maybe Mahershala Ali, I'm sorry if I butchered that, maybe him telling people this script is trash is exactly what Marvel needs. Marvel needs people saying, hey, this script is trash. Let's move on. Let's do something else. Now, granted, this movie has been in production for what now? Like 5 years?
It was supposed to come out like a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, and maybe this is the rude awakening that they need. Now, here's the thing. Maybe I think Marvel needs to go back to a time where the priority is continuity. And I know how people feel about that. But I mean, phase one through 3, the glue that held Marvel together was the continuity. We had Hulk 1. Well, Incredible Hulk, where at the end, Tony Stark said the thing, and putting together a team. And maybe we introduce him through another character that we already know and love, like Moon Knight. Where is Moon Knight? Where is Moon Knight? Where is Werewolf by Night? Where is this promised,
men thing?
Where is this promised, like, kind of underground, supernatural group of people? So did you guys see the leaked photos that came out of Marvel that they were showing? There was like a picture of Star-Lord and Vision. It was a picture of the Young Avengers talking to each other. Did y'all see that?
No.
Yeah, it's like leaked footage. Well, it's leaked photos. It was like it's a concept art for these movies coming up. One of them is White Vision being hugged by Star-Lord. I don't know what that means. But there's another one that is like the Young Avengers. Like Young Avengers it's going to happen. The cruise ship, the Marvel, the Disney cruise ship that does all of those like Marvel things, they just bought out. We need to watch that closely. That Marvel cruise ship, we need to watch that very closely. There was something that they just put out that it's America Chavez, Riri Williams, and Ant-Man's daughter. I forget her name.
Katie Lang.
Yeah. Cassie. And they're all just talking about shit. And it's like them. It's Riri, it's America Chavez, and it's Cassie. Like the regular actors, and they're just talking. So it feels like Young Avengers is all but confirmed at this point. So let's go back to that group thing. Okay, we can't get Blade to work. So what's wrong with just putting Blade in someone else's movie or someone else's show, someone else's property? If Blade is going to find a landing spot anywhere, wouldn't it just be Moon Knight season 2?
True. Or you could have just went off of what you did with the fucking
The Werewolf by Night?
No, Lay's favorite movie.
Eternals,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like he had the Ebony Blade,
but that's where he was supposed to continue. So that's another thing.
No, from what I heard, that the original Blade movie was supposed to happen in the 20s or some shit.
Well. Remember, at the end of the Eternals 1, we had that post-credit scene with Blade. Yeah. So
like, but true. I mean, There's so many things. You could throw him in pretty much anything. Spider-Man.
You can throw Blade. Yo, so all right. When I first heard about Blade decades ago was in Spider-Man, the Morbius episode. That's how I first was introduced to Blade.
Yep.
And I don't want people, this guy doesn't know shit about comics. I mean, it's hard to track everybody, right? And let me tell you, that Spider-Man cartoon was like, that shit was accurate in a lot of things that it did. That's where I saw Daredevil. Not the first time, but that's where I saw Daredevil. Punisher. So, like, I was always under the impression that if we were ever going to get Blade, it was going to be linked to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I thought at the end of some Tom Holland movie, we will see Tom Holland rolling around through the skies and landing on some roof and seeing some kind of like sacrificial thing happening with a stake and just Spider-Man says, "Oh my God, are there vampires in New York?" Boom, and then we get Blade next up. That was always my thing. Well, that was my pie in the sky at the time. That was way before we even did this podcast. I figured Blade would be introduced through Spider-Man. That's what I would have loved to see. So, like, there's just so many places where you can put Blade right now. You can put him in Spider-Man 4. You can put him in Moon Knight. There's just so many places you can put him. You can put him. Unfortunately, we can't put him in Daredevil. Although Wilson Fisk did mention a man in a spider outfit. But we can't put him. Apparently, there's some like Sony contract shit. He cannot be in Daredevil Born Again, apparently, which is disappointing. But I read that he cannot. Like, they are not going to do this, and you know me, I'm pie in the sky over here. But apparently, they can't do it.
You forgot the one other place he can't be put either.
Where?
His own film.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point, though.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. Clearly, there's a problem getting this film off the ground. Just put him somewhere else.
Because, not for nothing, sorry, but the best place would be Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Because Moon Knight deals with those gods, and Dracula could be one of those fucking gods that the Egyptian gods fucking...
Listen, if you don't know what to make Moon Knight 2 about, like season 2... Like, if you can't choose the god or whatever the story is, just make Moon Knight 2 about Blade. Like, that's fine. And at the end of Moon Knight season 2, they just start the Midnight Suns. Like, we're doing groups. Like, the Young Avengers are all but confirmed at this point.
Yeah.
And apparently Sam Wilson and apparently Vision, because we're gonna see that in Vision Quest as well, where they start doing Young Avengers stuff. So, like what we said years ago about there being like the street level guys, the supernatural guys, that's what it looks like it really is about to happen with the MCU. I mean, obviously things could take a turn, but that's what it looks like. So just put Blade in one of these other properties. Yo, shit, you want to make like, what do you call it? Like like a Werewolf by Night type of short, Yo, Leo, what up, kid? I forgot his name, but he's back. My name is right there. You can see it. It's Noggy Felsen. All right, I'm alive, contrary to popular belief.
Yo,
it's good to see you, Leon.
You know what's funny? My dyslexia is kicking in hardcore.
Yeah.
Until you just said it,
yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, that's why I did it. That's why I did it.
I was like, yo, he just came in with the Foggy Nelson.
That's why I did it. That's why I did it. But yes, I'm like, I don't understand why we're struggling so much with Blade. Put him in anything. Put him in anything that's like a little scary.
But yo, that's my point with Daredevil. It's like, how
can we just talk about Daredevil for the next 30 minutes? Is that okay?
You got it?
Okay. No. Like, keep going, Cap.
I was like, how the fuck did you manage to find... Okay, it didn't work the first time, so you found new writers, and you made this.
How were you able to do this so good and not able to do everything else so good? Yeah.
With specifically to Blade. How can you not sit there and go, all right, well, these guys suck. let's get the good writers in
Yeah.
now. Like, what the fuck?
What is it about Daredevil? It's because the stakes were so high with Daredevil. And that's what, and to me, this just shows, and look, you guys know that I'm the biggest MCU shill. You guys know that out of everybody, I give them the most benefit of the doubt. But what this Daredevil show has shown me is that you know what the fuck y'all need to do when y'all need to do it. Because you did the same thing with Guardians 3. Obviously, it was James Gunn, sure, established writer, but you knew you couldn't fuck this up. Secret Invasion, who cares about that, right? You can fuck that up, who cares? She-Hulk, you can fuck that up, who cares? Wolverine and Deadpool, you can't fuck that up.
Nope.
So, how do we get Kevin Feige to put everything in this pedestal of the Deadpool Wolverine, of the Daredevil, these known franchises, these known characters that you know you can't fuck it up? That just shows me that you low-key been skimping on things. You've been skimping. Kevin, you've been skimping. It just shows me. Because all of a sudden, everything is just good with Daredevil. You just, like, you knew you had to do well, so you spent the extra money to make sure you did well. Well, why the fuck aren't we doing that with everything?
I think it's because it's the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, like Captain America: Brave New World. This is Sam Wilson's character, Captain America.
They're like,
we can fuck that up.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, no matter how good we make it, people are gonna fucking hate it because he's black. You know, whatever.
100%.
Deadpool is beloved by everyone. Wolverine is beloved by everyone. We fuck this up, we lose the crowd.
You can't make this. So go into every movie and every show with that same urgency, and we're so back.
Yeah.
You're going to have to waste a little bit more money, Kevin Feige. You're going to have to waste it. Spend that bread.
This is why Fantastic Four is so fucking, like, I want to see this so bad.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I have a good feeling about that movie. I think that the first family of Marvel, which is the first family of MCU, however you want to see it, we just saw Johnny Storm in, Chris Evans reprised his role as Johnny Storm. I need to say it that way. We just saw that. Like, we got Daddy Pascal there. You know what I'm saying? Feige, this is another one that you can't fuck up. You can't fuck this one up because there's so much how do I say this?
Expectation.
It's not even about the expectation, but there's just so much other, like, kind of things to go off of. You know, the last Fantastic Four, horrid. But if this Fantastic Four that we're doing is not better than the Chris Evans Fantastic Four, and that, like, if it's not, we have a huge problem here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got people looking back at a time where, let's be honest, comic book movies were very hit or miss, maybe more hit or miss than they are now. You know, MCU changed things. This was pre-MCU, pre-phase 1 to 3. If you can't make a movie better than that, we have a problem.
Yeah, Kevin, you bought the rights back to, as Cabs just pointed out, shitty Fantastic Four movies. But here's the issue, Kevin. You work for a company that showed you not only once, but twice, how to make a good Fantastic Four movie in The Incredibles.
You can't fuck this up.
You already have people who know how to fucking do it, and they work for you.
You got Daddy Pascal there with you. You have a good base on how this movie can work, making it in the 60s so people don't ask these questions about, like, oh, where have the Fantastic Four been the whole time? Like, this is bulletproof. You can't mess this up.
Yeah. This better be more bulletproof than the window of a fucking Tesla.
That's what I'm saying. This needs to be a presidential Tesla. You can't mess this up. You can't. There's just too much good going on around this. Like, out of all of the Marvel movies that are coming out this year, we had Captain America, there's Thunderbolts, There's
Fantastic Four. That's the
Fantastic
last.
Four, and so there's another one.
No, it's the 3 movies.
Just 3.
Then it's
And
Daredevil,
TV
and
shows.
Spider-Man, and
There's
there might
the
be
TV
another
show.
show.
No, it's the Eyes of Wakanda.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
So the way I even
And
before
is it
all of it,
Mr. Wonderful or what's his name coming out also?
That might be next year.
even before seeing Captain America, Brave New World, I had it as Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and Captain America. In that order of excitement, guys, listen, I'll tell you this. The remaining people still around when it comes to the MCU and like the loyal fans and whatever, you mess up Fantastic Four, and I think it's kaput at that point.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you're gonna need to, and maybe it won't be done, but you're gonna need to do a lot to come back.
Yeah.
You can't mess this up.
By the time you get X-Men out there, it's gonna be too late.
It's gonna be too late.
and Robert Downey as Doom is not going to save you.
Yeah, it won't. There's nothing that could save you if you mess up Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure on this goofy movie that it was probably not even in the plans, like phases 1 through 3, maybe, I don't know. But like there's so much pressure on this. And you got Pascal there. The Thing looks great. My opinion.
Yeah.
Comic accurate Thing looks great. They all look great. Like this needs to work. It needs to work. But other than that, can we just talk about Daredevil for a bit?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Like, okay. Like I said before, I don't want to do like is this better than the Netflix? Is Netflix better? I don't want to do that. What I will say, this feels like season 4.
Yes.
And I just saw the 4th episode, so I won't try to spoil. Although to be fair, this was a much needed kind of like relaxed episode. Yeah, I'll say that it was much needed, because what episode 3 did to me, episode 3 was just like a beautiful message to the whole island of Puerto Rico. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was poetry. But yeah, I don't want to do the whole, is it better or not? Like I said, I feel like this is just season 4. I can tell you this, and this might spark some controversy, but what I've seen so far of season 4 is better than all of season 2. You could fight me on that. I know how much you care, Cap, about Elektra. You could fight me on that. Not care, but you. I remember talking about, like, there were some things that you enjoyed about the whole Elektra arc. Not everything, but some things you were okay with. From what I remember.
You spent too much time away.
Yeah, maybe.
Am I okay with Elektra? Yeah.
But
do I think that was a much better representation of Elektra than what we got from Jennifer Garner?
You didn't like it, though, but you didn't hate it either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't fight for her as much as I do She-Hulk or fucking Karen Page.
I love that. I love you for that. Yes. But I don't know. To me, what I've seen so far of season 4 is better than all of season 2. But season 1, season 3, this is just peak. Anyways, yeah, I feel like the show has been good so far. What do you? I saw Cap the other day. You were doing like your pre-review thing, and you were saying that that you did like it, that you love it so far, but there's one thing that you didn't like.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to get into that now, or you want to say your piece then.
No. Please, you first.
All right. So the 3rd episode deals with the trial of White Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And my only glaring issue with it has nothing to do with the actors, nothing to do with the characters. My only glaring issue is with the writing.
Okay.
They made such an emphasis So here's two problems I have. They made such an emphasis that if the district attorney, the prosecution, was able to bring up his vigilantism, it would be so detrimental to their case. Then as soon as they start losing, Matt Murdock brings it up. Which then they'd say, okay, it's fair game. So at that point, I'm like, okay, you kind of a bullshit artist now, Matt, instead of a good lawyer, but all right. They said it's fair game. My issue is we never see the prosecution make that a problem for Matt's case.
Yeah.
They just show up and go, look at all the good he did. And the prosecution never fucking fires back.
Which was the reason why Matt tried to get that stricken off the record earlier. He was like, yo, we can't talk about this. So
yeah, but
you would think that the defense would lean in on that more because he already brought it up.
Yeah. So as a viewer, I'm like, well, what the fuck was the problem with it in the first place?
Yeah.
Then my second problem is, again, with the writing, because they did not show us, they did not write scenes in which the district attorney was trying to tear down the mantle of the vigilante.
Mm-hmm.
The final argument was, well, hey, they just spent all this time telling you he's a good man, but I'm telling you he did something wrong. And a good man can do something wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that doesn't make sense, because you just spent the entire first part of the argument telling us that your cop is a good man, and Matt was saying that he did something wrong. So which one is it? Is it a good man can do something bad, or a non-cop can do something like?
So the one thing I did like about that is you can clearly see that he was thrown off by Matt bringing up the White Tiger shit. Like, that was a Hail Mary. Obviously, Matt tried. Like, he felt like, because he says it to the judge. He was like, yo, look, my witness was tampered with. So I had to do what I had to do. And you can tell somehow he was a little rattled by that. But I hear what you're saying, because Matt tells the judge, like, oh, we should not speak about this because of whatever. But then he brings it up anyways. So at that point, yeah, I'm going to start talking about it now, which he never did. Yeah, I get you.
The last small thing I'd say is, being somebody who was in a jury before and has had to make decisions based on, oh, they said this, but the evidence actually shows something different. And it was a civil case. It wasn't anything big that I did, but based on knowing how a jury speaks about what they see, to not get the sense, right, that somebody sitting in that jury box is gonna turn around and go, yo, you brought a fucking informant, a confidential informant, to testify in front of a room full of cops in which he could not look in the face. And then he turned around and
stumbling on his words and shit.
Yeah, and he rebuted his own statement.
Yeah.
You don't think this motherfucker was afraid to say whatever he was gonna say?
Well, that's why they found him not guilty, though. That's how I took that. That's why they found him not guilty. That's how I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. You can ask Till. Going in there, I honestly thought they were gonna find him guilty.
Yeah.
Because it didn't, what they were showing us was too much like, he's off anyway.
Especially the way that the district attorney was explaining the death. Like, yo, when a train hits you, you splat. I was like, yo, this is very graphic. Like, we don't need to talk about this. What are you doing, sir? Yeah.
You know, it's funny. As we were watching it, I was telling Vin, as he was sitting there going, oh, they said he did all those good things. Does that mean he can't do anything bad? And I looked at Vin. I was like, no, that just means he's unlikely to do something bad.
Yeah.
The chances of him doing what you're telling me decrease because you keep telling me he saves cops.
Yeah. And
like, what the fuck are we doing?
And I think the route that he took was like, "Oh, do you know what happens when a train splats you?" And it's like, no, we don't. We're alive.
Yeah, we don't get hit by trains.
We don't get hit by trains. Like, it was a stupid defense for sure. Like, we don't get hit by trains. Like,
Yeah,
I
just
get
wish-
where you're coming from. I wish you would have. I hear you. I wish you would have leaned more into that. Well, like, hey,
Yeah,
so you told me that I couldn't speak about the fact that he is a vigilante because it may, change the minds of these jurors. Well, since you brought it up, I'm about to lean in on this now.
you know what I told? I told Vin this the other day. I was like, yo, I would have loved to see him sit across and go, okay, I'm a cross-examine. Has there ever been a family that you couldn't save? And turn around and be like, of course, there's people you can't save, right? So as soon as he says yes, go turn around and go, okay. So then you make the determination. You save them and not them. Why do you make the determination? You save them and not them.
Who could be saved?
And make it a whole thing of you're not being altruistic and just going out there trying to save people. You're playing God. You're playing with the law, and you're making the determination of
Also,
who you save, who you don't save, who lives, who dies, and that something like that.
And especially such a regular person, because that's the thing that I got about Hector Ayala is that although he is the White Tiger, he seems just like a regular person. So he wouldn't have been able to handle that. Like Matt would have to been objection. Matt would have had to say something if he's being questioned in that manner for sure.
And also they showed the footage of him saving the guy in the bodega.
Yeah.
And you could be like, the reason why vigilantes don't work is because cops are trained to de-escalate situations. You hurt this man that was robbing this guy, and show the excessive force. And be like, who's to say that you wasn't trying to help somebody, but you used excessive force on this police officer and threw him into the fucking train?
Yeah, and maybe that's just us trying to obviously that. I mean, I don't know if that would make for good TV or not. Like, we could say it'll make for good TV, but then seeing it may not have worked. So it may sound like we're being a bit nitpicky, but I think it makes sense in this context.
Because I know you don't want to compare it to the other seasons, but compared to the trial of the Punisher.
That shit was just so good, though, man.
Yeah,
God damn.
And like Law and Order, their court scene. The court scenes in this is still written a little weak. Because the one thing that like Law and Order and that the court scene with the Punisher did, it's supposed to make you feel.
To be
this guy is
fair,
innocent.
To be fair, we had something very similar in the trial of the Punisher and the trial of, I guess, Nikki Torres, or the trial of Hector Ayala, where Matt kind of thought he had this in the bag. He thought he had it in the bag. He had Nikki Torres ready to, testify, which is why they did all of that shit. And we'll talk about that retired cop. Love him. Yeah. We'll talk about him in a sec. But it was kind of the same thing where Matt pretty much had it in the bag. He thought he had the Punisher trial in the bag until Punisher just went nuts. He was like, I know what I did, and blah, 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 blah.
But what made that scene or that sequence so strong was the fact that Matt wasn't the one quarterback in the situation. It was Foggy.
Yeah.
Matt was like, we should do this, and Foggy's brain's going, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? I did some studying. We can do this. Foggy was the one who won that fucking case.
Foggy should have been with him, though, but we don't have Foggy now. So maybe that's another narrative we can talk about.
But his other
Kirsten.
The woman.
Kirsten.
Yeah. She was like a non-factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a case where it's like, damn, this fucking guy fucked us over, it was just, we lost, we got to pack it up, and then he throws a Hail Mary. Where instead of going, yo, when this happened with the Punisher or with this guy, other cases, like, yo, in this case, blah, 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 and come up with the whole thing of, maybe we do need to say that he's the White Tiger. Instead of just popping it out of nowhere.
And she says it. She's like, Matt, don't do this. She's like, Matt, don't do this. And he's like,
You know,
I
because
got to do something.
yeah, because then that's where you get the outrage from Cap and all this other shit. But it's still to the thing where I would have liked to be a part of that moral decision.
Yeah, 100%. I get what
As
you're
a
saying.
viewer,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? As a viewer, where it's like, we got to tell him that he's a white tiger. There's no other way. Nah, don't tell him. And then he sounds like, fuck, you told the world that he's the white tiger. He can't, you know what I'm saying?
Like, that whole scene would have been a little better if you would have just seen him and her discuss it pre-hand. And she's like, no, Matt, you shouldn't do that. And he's like, well, this is the only thing that we can do at this point. Yeah. And maybe explain a little bit why you decided to do it instead of just like kind of, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, because I mean, also the Punisher trial lasted a couple of episodes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That was a trial. Well, and which brings me to my next question here. Obviously, Matt was on She-Hulk. She-Hulk was a lawyer show, right?
So it was a television
show that had people in suits.
How are you guys feeling about all the lawyer stuff in this show?
Better than She-Hulk.
That bar is so low.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think we did a better law.
I honestly like the fact that it's hard to say because
it is. I get you.
The episode is good. I'm not going to say the episode is bad. I just don't like how I'm going to put it to you this way. The first 2 episodes were like MMA fights. Where you're like, shit, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know how this ends. This 3rd episode, for the court scene, was a WWE match. Where you're like, well, I know who's got to win.
Yeah.
So let's hope the match is entertaining.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Then there's something that happens in the match where you're like, the match was good, but this section was a little jumbled.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It felt like...
Well, I mean, you just said that you thought he wasn't going to be guilty. Like you said that before. You thought he wasn't. You thought they weren't going to win. You said that.
I thought they weren't going to win. And when I heard the verdict, because truth be told, right? You have, even if he saved cops, see, this is why I have that glaring issue. It's missing the piece that would give you the thinking. Oh, no, he might actually be guilty here.
I get what you're saying. It was too easy of a victory. Like if you would have just heard the defense be like, okay, well, let's talk about White Tiger then. Look at White Tiger here. He decided to do this, but what about when he decides to do that? And you could have taken a whole, which is funny, with the current climate that we're in the MCU, you could have taken that whole Thunderbolt Ross kind of thing to it. Like, okay, what about when they need to do something good or bad and just worked on that? Yeah.
I just thought of something right now. Why it's hard for me to clarify this episode. All they needed to do was, hey, Your Honor, this is new evidence. Give us a short reprieve. Give me a half hour. I'll come back.
Yeah.
And he turns around and does something as simple as this. You see that stack? Okay. He saved some cops. Great. You see this stack? Because of his interference, we weren't able to arrest these men.
Yep.
These men are still out there causing crimes, blah, blah, blah.
Because he messed up evidence for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is he doing good? It's just something that wasn't okay, we need him to be off so we can get to the ending. And then move on with the series.
And now that you say that, I would have preferred more of an argument that showed the bad side of being White Tiger, as opposed to this whole, oh, you know what happens when a train hits you? Your whole body blows up. And I was like, all right,
You,
dude, chill out.
you,
Like, you're being a bit morbid here for no reason.
No,
Like,
find out.
like we're New Yorkers. Like, if someone gets hit on the train, I'm not mad that they're dead. I'm mad that I'm late to work. Like, that's not working with me. Like, I don't give a fuck who got hit by the train. I need to get to work, bro. Clean this shit up so I could keep moving.
You
yeah.
know,
Make that nigga explode somewhere else.
Yeah, let him explode. Like, you're not doing nothing to me right now.
Yeah. Another problem I have is does the court scene work on its own? Yes. Yes, that episode works. But my problem is in a court scene, normally you get put in as a viewer.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting in the jury box.
You're a juror. Yeah, you're a juror. Exactly.
I wasn't sitting in the jury box. So when you put the cop up there, I'm like, well, I know this cop's a piece of shit. And they don't do anything to dissuade it because the jury doesn't know he's a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm just sitting here watching missing information I'm watching them not say shit that I know.
You're right? Correct. I hear you.
Like with White Tiger, I know that he fucked up his relationship with his wife being the White Tiger. But the jury doesn't know that. And you didn't give anybody a chance to bring that out because it was supposed to be fucking devastating, but we have to rush. So I'm left with more information than the jury is. But I'm supposed to be a part of this fucking
But that's the thing. You're supposed to. I get that you felt like a juror, but you're really just supposed to be the viewer. The jury's supposed to be confused like that, you know.
So here's the thing that I think they really dropped the ball on. They could have thrown in a comparison to Daredevil and made Matt have to go over his own insecurities to defend
that. I would have
the White Tiger.
That I would have loved. Like, oh, we've seen this time and time again with this Daredevil guy, and where is he? Once you think you do the job and the job is over, then they just leave. Where has Daredevil been this last year or two? We don't even see him no more. And because of him,
we have a copycat.
Now we have a copycat. And when does that copycat stop at murdering regular people? That's what they should have done. So that is it. Yeah. That's really good. That's really good.
Because we got that one moment where White Tiger was flustered based off of this guy's
and Matt told him, like, yo, chill.
Yeah. Now imagine the prosecution comparing him to Daredevil and giving Daredevil a bad name, and now Matt has to calm down. So now maybe Kirsten tells him, and maybe Kirsten obviously she doesn't know about Daredevil, but she knows Matt, and maybe she sees Matt a little flustered. So now when Matt told Ayala to calm down, now Kirsten can tell him, Matt, hey, you're getting a little excited here. Because Matt now defends Daredevil too much, and it's like, yo, bro, this ain't Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, y'all forgetting that this is the White Tiger. This is a man that's just trying to do the right thing. Daredevil was, at one point, a penance. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, that's what it was. If he couldn't get you in court, he got you in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was like, yo, this guy was bad for the city no matter how much he saved people's lives. He was bad for the city. And now we got another one that, you know, that does this stuff. And he's not trained. He's not a cop. These cops, good guys do bad things. He was like, yeah, there may not be 100% perfect cops out there. But the ones that are out there that are trying to protect people's lives, he makes it harder for them.
Yeah.
Because he can be friendly until he's not. He can be a good Samaritan until he's not. He could be trying to save someone's life until he throws someone else into a train.
This is what happens when we let our powers combine. You see that? You see what just happened?
Yeah.
We just fixed the episode. What else is new? Now, to be fair, courtroom stuff aside, when Hector is just explaining the island of Puerto Rico and the coquille, that's the thing. Obviously, being a Dominican person from New York, I always knew about the coquille. I never knew that that's what the coquille stood for, right? Like, calling out to his mates, and it's more of like a love song where they don't ribbit, they more like sing. I'm sorry, but that interaction is some of the best MCU I've ever seen in the last couple of years. And you know how I feel. My favorite MCU moments is where just two people are just chit chatting, and that was beautiful. And let me tell y'all something right now, like to the world. If you're gonna do representation on anything, that's how you do it. And the biggest difference from that kind of representation to the representation we usually see is because Hector didn't make it about himself. He didn't make it about him being Puerto Rican. He made it about the island of Puerto Rico. And he said, and yeah, obviously he spoke about his experience there. And he was like, oh, the tourists hate the coquille. To me, like, I think that shit is amazing. That just makes me feel like I'm home. But like, I didn't feel like it was about him being Puerto Rican. I just felt it was about like all Puerto Rico as a whole. That's how I felt. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but it just felt normal and natural. And I thought that was just a beautiful interaction between him and Matt. The way he described the island, I thought that shit was amazing.
You know how you said you can't fuck up Deadpool versus Wolverine. You can't fuck up these characters. White Tiger is a Puerto Rican. You can't fuck up Puerto Rico. Like there has to be some representation of the island from Puerto Rico from White Tiger, because to break it down, comic books is all inclusive.
Yeah,
it's supposed to represent someone. There's someone to represent everybody.
One of the safest places was comic books, and people refuse to believe that.
Yeah, and to have the first Puerto Rican on screen in the MCU.
And wasn't he the first Puerto Rican like comic book character ever? I'm pretty sure. Like, he dropped 1970, 71, 72, something like that.
He might have been Marvel's
first Puerto Rican
hero.
Yes, 100. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm almost like, maybe, I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, look it up. And and then, brother, the way that episode ended, hello. Like, that episode ended with him, and we spoiling now.
Yeah.
He was, right?
The White Tiger, 1975.
Yeah, 75.
Created by Bill Montalvo and George Perez.
Kirby wasn't a part of that? No, but like, honestly, like, and then to see that episode end the way that it did, and then the credits, those credits at the end of episode 3 gave me Black Panther vibes, Wakanda Forever, where the Marvel sign is just like quiet and you just hear wind. It was just wind and the little coquilles. Brother, when I tell you, I said, yo, like, I got a little emotional. I teared up a little bit. I like my eye. I was like, yo, what are you guys doing here? This is crazy. Like, it's one thing to have, and that's another thing. It's just Hector Ayala himself was just such a good guy. And although we're talking about some of the mishaps that happened in these courtroom scenes, it was the right thing to do was so powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's what makes the slight mishap in the courtroom.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
bigger. Yeah, because the rest of the episode was like
so good.
We were so on track.
Mm-hmm.
We were so on track. We didn't need that baby step to getting him off.
So let me ask you a question: are we nitpicking then? Does that mean that we're nitpicking?
You know me. I am 100% the man who's like, yo, this is what it is, but to me, it's something different. I'm gonna say, I nitpicked. I nitpicked it, but again, I nitpicked it because
the potential.
I felt like without a real back and forth, you kind of shortchanged us on him getting off.
We gave the victory to Matt very easy after that point. We gave it to him.
Yeah.
And Mr. Shout out to Mr. Rip, the actor who played
Mr.
White
Loki.
Tiger. Yeah, Mr. Loki. Yeah, he did pass away. Cancer fucking sucks. If there's any fucking podcast where you know how much that shit fucking sucks, is this one. You know,
Yep.
and this is horrible. And you know, maybe we would have seen more of him, right? Maybe we would have seen more of him. But obviously, it was always meant for his niece to take over the mantle. Like the real White Tiger, like the White Tiger everyone knows is her. You know, so.
But this is the thing that makes it so hard to say, because having her sit in the courtroom and hearing all the shit he's done as the White Tiger is definitely the foreshadowing we need
100%.
for her to one day pick up the mantle.
100%.
Right? So for the future of the character, for what needs to be, the groundwork that needs to be laid, was that the right thing to do the way they did it?
I mean,
probably yes.
Maybe they had no choice because of him passing in real life. You know, maybe.
Well, also this is the thing. We don't know what's happening next, right? So this is all intensive for story moving purposes. You don't have 18 episodes like we did in the Netflix series, and we have to move forward in the thing. So to give up,
they just got
2-3 episodes for the.
They just got confirmed for season 2. So
yeah,
well, season 2 is already in production. Season 3's got confirmed.
Okay, perfect.
But to give up 3 or 4 episodes, or 2 or 3 episodes for the court case could be one of those things like, yo, listen, the story that's happening after this is bigger than the court case.
Oh, 100%.
And let's not face. I mean, let's face it.
Give me a second, guys. Let me go to the bathroom.
The way that the fucking 3rd episode ended kind of makes you forget how the court case was. That little spoiler at the when Caps come back, we're gonna talk about that. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I get it. It could have been more, but it could have been just one of those things like we have to get through this to get to the story. Now there could be stuff that happens in the next couple of episodes that honors the White Tiger. We could see what happened with his daughter. I mean, with his niece, or with the amulet, or it could just be one of those things like White Tiger was just a throwaway character to them. He was in there for a couple episodes, and that could be the spark that causes Kingpin to go back to the way it was. Maybe this is pie in the sky. I didn't see the episode that just aired, but maybe it was Kingpin's wife that had someone kill the White Tiger, and that person decided, I'm gonna be the Punisher. Like, I'm gonna either I'm gonna wear the skull. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be the copycat of the Punisher or some shit. Like, we don't know where this is going for now. So yes, the court scene could have been better. We all just said how it could have been better, but does what we have make the story any less moving forward?
No.
So so that could have been what they were considering. Like, yo, we have to fit all this in one episode.
Yeah, it doesn't. Again, it doesn't hinder the overall arc of the show and what's going on. It's just, again, from a guy who consumes a lot of stuff that is written, right, by people in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm used to I watch a lot of D&D being played, right? And as you see it on our stream, D&D is written in the moment. There is no let's sit around for 8 hours and figure all this shit out. It's just whatever's in the moment. And watching that has primed me to when I watch shit that is written out months in advance and pre-planned and all that, to notice, oh, here's a moment where X could have happened. Here's a moment where Y could have happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm pre-primed
I get
to
that.
just, in the moment,
Yeah, I get
50
that.
different things can happen.
I get that.
So again, I will recuse myself and just say, yes, I nitpicked the shit out of this episode.
No, but I mean,
We want the perfect episode.
Nitpicking can mean two things. Nitpicking can mean there was so much bad with this that we just have to talk about everything. But it could also mean there was so much good with this that I feel like you could have just done this a little better. And I think you represent the latter in this argument, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so
it wasn't that it was bad and I needed to tear it down. It's like, I needed you to do one thing.
Just one thing could have just freaking just put us over the top. Now that we're not appreciative of everything that's going on, but this just one little thing could have just, and
this is for Lay, Midnight Cap here. It's like you're with the girl. I'm like, I appreciate everything. But the top could have came off. Like you didn't need to be fully clothed. Like,
we could have just a little. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm a married man, so I can't talk like that anymore. But that was pretty fucking funny. It was very funny. Now, overall, I'm sorry, Toe. Go ahead, please.
No, go ahead. Ask your question.
Overall, what are we feeling about Daredevil Born Again, though? Overall.
Okay, so for me, I like it. It's like we got the first episode. They said, "Look, this is the Daredevil you know."
You've watched all 3 episodes so far. You haven't watched today's episode, okay?
No, I have not. First episode, we got the Daredevil you know.
Mm-hmm.
Second episode, this is Matt Murdock, but we're just in the future.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's happening. We got Kingpin. This is the same Kingpin. It's just he's furthering up his thing. But I'm thinking right now, and you know me, I'm always that guy. I feel like something major's going to happen. We're at the precipice of where Kingpin is gonna fucking lose his shit. Daredevil's gonna lose his shit, and Punisher might be the only one with a level head in this motherfucker.
That's so funny
I'm like, yo, I was so hyped for this show, and I'm watching. I'm like, all right, cool. These are the people I know. So I know them. I know these. Come on, Fisk. I know you're going to put your fucking fist through somebody's face. Like, it's only, like, you're already gangster, but there's only a certain much that you can let someone test your gangster before you start smashing somebody's head through the door.
I love how he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm a different person," and it's like, no, you're not, Fisk. No, you're not. We know. You're not this different person you're saying you are. We know. So you're waiting for the blow up moment, essentially.
Yeah.
I hear that. Cap, what do you feel about the show?
I've told this to friends. This show to me, even with episode 3, and my personal feelings about it, this show is so good that it makes other Marvel shows and other Marvel movies look like shit.
Yeah.
Because, again, where the fuck is this attention?
Yeah.
Where was this attention to detail? Where was this writing? Yo, my man, do you realize?
Tony. Ni hao.
We took a street level hero, right, Daredevil, and put in a man who has a power amulet in the shape of a tiger, and made it not only cool, but it fit in the world. We gave him pathos. We gave him meaning. We didn't denigrate him. It wasn't played for jokes or stupid. It was taken seriously. And now, going forward, even though what happens at the end, well, Vin already said it, even though he dies at the end of 3, we have a character that anybody who's Puerto Rican who's looking for somebody to represent them.
White
We
Tiger,
have one that is serious, that is taken seriously.
yes, White Tiger is living on. He is living on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that
And
the
we
real
did all
actor's
that.
not here to see that, but
Yeah. We did all that in 3 episodes. Where, again, other stuff has had way more, had just a long development time.
just say it.
Just as many eyes on it. Like, come on, that's a little bit like you turn around and you grew up your entire life, and you're like, yo, my mom makes the best lasagna, and then you go to your friend's house and you're like, wait a minute, you can put ricotta, you can put meat in this shit. All we get is fucking tomato sauce at home. What the fuck?
That's such a good analogy for that. But it's like, yo, guys, clearly you knew the stakes were so high with this show. Why aren't you looking at all your other properties with this high of stakes attached to it? Like, it makes no sense that you have to wait for this show because you knew what it meant to everyone and you knew the pedigree and you knew what it did to everyone before. Oh, now you want to spend it, essentially. And yeah, retroactively, that does make a lot of Marvel shows look bad because it's like, yeah, we would have loved to see the same kind of love for other shows. And can I give you my hottest take ever? Can I give you my hottest take ever? This is boiling. This may be perceived bad because it may look like I'm just like fishing for likes. But can I tell you, in terms of stakes and production and just overall like hero vibe, the closest Marvel show we've had to what we're seeing in Daredevil is Hawkeye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it. Sorry, Loki. All right, and as you're thinking, let me just pull up a scene for you. When Clint can't hear his son talking to him, and Kate is writing everything down, like this is what he's saying.
Oh no, yeah, that was a very powerful fucking.
I'm just saying. This show has made me think. I can't believe I'm doing this to you. This is so good. I feel so good about this take. Think about it. Sorry, Loki. Sorry, Moon Knight.
Because this is the closest.
And to be fair, I am a little biased in terms of like street level heroes. Because sure, Moon Knight was street level, but he's more like, celestial almost, right? Like not a celestial, but he's more like
dealing with
gods and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the vibe that I'm getting from Daredevil right now, the only show that has given me that vibe is Hawkeye. And dare I say it, Echo.
Echo's a bridge too far.
Yeah, you don't need to listen to that one, but Hawkeye.
Well, remember, Echo was in Hawkeye,
and Echo and Daredevil was in Echo, and apparently, we were supposed to have way more Daredevil in Echo. They just had to make some cuts. Remember the first episode, Daredevil is fighting Echo. Yeah. I just think this whole how we have like the overall branching MCU and things connecting and shit like that. Whatever Hawkeye, Echo, Daredevil, Spider-Man have going on, I want that. That's what I want. I want this over anything else that the fucking MCU is doing. I want that.
You know why? Because realistically, Hawkeye and Daredevil are the two realest shows we can watch.
They're the most normal people like we have. I get it.
Yeah, because we can live in a world where they're in.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? If we don't get Hawkeye, I will gladly take Kate Bishop. Gladly. I'm okay with that. And if Kate Bishop means that we get more Yelena Belova, that's just a treat at that point. It's just a treat.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we hear Wilson Fisk mention Spider-Man, but unfortunately, there's no way they could put Spider-Man in this show because of Sony.
Yeah.
And
they don't. There's only about a certain many times you can show them.
I would love to pie in the sky about Spider-Man, and hopefully they could do some kind of loophole to get him in there. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen.
There's one or two ways they can get him in.
You put Garfield or Toby?
No, that'd be way too fucking confusing.
Yeah.
The first way, and I'll get to your statement in a second, because
that's just fucking with you. I see it.
Yeah. The first way is if it's an obvious tie into the movie. Like if Spider-Man 4 comes out and Daredevil's in Spider-Man 4.
For sure.
Then yeah.
He was in No Way Home.
The more, I'll say the more realistic way is if you do what they do with What If. We see a CGI.
Yeah, for sure.
Blue and red suit, and it's some other dude mimicking the voice of Tom Holland.
Okay.
I can see that happening.
Fuck it. Don't even confuse people. Put Yuri Lowenthal there. Like the one that does the Spider-Man voices for the video games. Just to fuck with everybody. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I hear you. So now you talk about that comment that I just made. That shit rocked your fucking world, and I'm so happy about it.
You know why? Because
Hawkeye is so underrated. I'm just like, wow. It's one of the most underrated shows.
You brought up one show, and to me, Daredevil is good for me because it took the writing of Loki and the love of the characters from
100%
from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything I wanted to see out of the Winter Soldier, out of Falcon, out of U.S. Agent, I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I wanted to see out of Daredevil, so far, White Tiger, Kingpin, I'm seeing. The level of writing in Loki is comparable to the level of writing that we're seeing here. And I'm just baking because I saw everything I wanted to see out of Hawkeye.
Grills, what's going on?
What up, my guy?
What do you call it? I saw everything I wanted to see out of Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
I saw everything I wanted to see out of Echo.
Yelena.
I saw that. Yeah, Yelena. She's always good.
Yeah.
I saw everything I wanted to see out of the Kingpin.
That was fire, son.
Like you might be right, but I gotta walk down that road further.
No. Trust me, I've been mulling over this since episode 1. Cap, you're gonna need a couple of weeks. For sure. I've been mulling over this. Yo, and Krills, to put it into perspective, even Ed started watching Daredevil, and he said that shit is crack. Now, so let's go back, and obviously,
real quick.
Oh,
real quick.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, so good. I wanted to just say that the Hawkeye and Daredevil, it's about Hawkeye trying to live past Ronin. Remember?
Yes.
And then, they were trying to kill Ronin, and he was Ronin, and, he's, like, trying to make up for it, and then Echo is, there's emotionality there. He killed, Echo's father, and Echo realized it was fucking Kingpin and all this other stuff, and, like, we seen Kingpin, and it was, even though that was the Kingpin from Daredevil, it was a different Kingpin because this is a Kingpin using brute strength to fight people. And he's wearing his Hawaiian shirt and all this other stuff. And it's like the evolution of that Kingpin. And kind of it ties into Daredevil because Kingpin mentioned he got shot in the face by Echo. He's mentioning Spider-Man. He's mentioning he's a different person because he kind of changed in Echo, the series of Echo, where he wanted to be like, yo, you're a daughter to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she rejected him, and he kind of like, okay, I'll let you go type shit. You know what I'm saying? So when, like I was saying before you got here, when he told Vanessa, I had to step away to find myself again, I think it was because he stepped away to find Echo. And like he's trying to live in a world where it's like, okay, I do love this. I do love Echo, but she sees me as her father. Like she can't get past the fact that I got her father killed.
That's his niece. Like at the end of the day, like
yeah. So like maybe he's mentally trying to change, but as you know, a leopard can't change his spots. At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, that's the fucking kingpin.
That's the kingpin,
right? And
now he's the fucking mayor of New York City.
Yeah, and when we live in New York, a bunch of New York is frustration and catharsis, and a lot of the things we get from a New York show is that catharsis with Daredevil beating the shit out of somebody or the White Tiger getting off on something. Because one of the most powerful messages in episode 3 was when the old guy goes, do I think he's gonna get a fair shake? No. Why? Because he's Puerto Rican.
Yo, those little like New Yorker stories by B.B. Urich is my favorite part of the show. My favorite part of the show. Like, especially that moment where he's like, yeah, he's not gonna get a fair shake. He's Puerto Rican, and it feels like they made sure that the people speaking into these like cameras are New Yorkers. And that's what I've been explaining this to my wife for the last 8 years, where Miami feels more of like it's my culture first, Miami second, where New York is different, where it's like it's New York first and my culture second. Doesn't matter where you're from, you choose it's New York first. And we see it in that B.B. Urich report every time. And he was like, I don't think he's going to get a fair shake because he's Puerto Rican. Because at the end of the day, we all New Yorkers, but in a courtroom, he's Puerto Rican. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's shit like that makes it.
So glad you brought that up, Toe. So glad you brought that up.
It's shit like that makes us connect to it. As Puerto Ricans, as minorities, as New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you see the news in the world, people outside of New York get that same feeling. It's not exclusive to be discriminated against to New York, but New York is the one place where someone will say it. Someone would literally go and say,
and that's the thing.
I wasn't afraid to walk the street because I had my gun on me.
And that's what I'm trying to say too. Like New York is so like New York first that when you hear somebody say, yo, he's not going to get a fair shake because he's Puerto Rican. And it's funny because Puerto Ricans are like the closest, like Puerto Ricans are American citizens, like, right? Like you would think that they should have a fair shake. Like there's immigrants and everything that's going on and blah, blah, blah. Like when you think about Latino cultures in movies, you think about Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. No one talks about Dominicans.
Yep.
People rarely talk about Cubans or whatever. So like to hear someone say that, it's like at the end of the day, we put New York first. That's what the B.B. Urich report is about. Putting New York first. It doesn't matter where you're from. So to hear that guy say, he's not going to get a fair shake. He's Puerto Rican. Oh my God. So episode 3 has been my favorite episode so far, by the way.
But yeah, two things. One, Pleasant is Taquan. That's his YouTube.
Taquan. I was hoping you came through today, brother.
Yeah. 2, one of my homegirls hits me up on Instagram with a Instagram post where this woman from another state, she posts up on in her class. She's an elementary school teacher.
The hands.
It says, the hands. Everyone's welcome here.
Yeah.
And they said the message is not the problem; it's the different color hands.
It's the different color hands.
And I told her, I said, the reason why the message isn't the problem, it's the different color hands, is because everyone is welcome there, but the different color people are tolerated there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not welcome. Deep down inside, they're not welcome there. They're tolerated there. They have to be there because it's the right thing to do. And that's what they said by when they go, you have to take that down, right? So it's like, yeah, Puerto Rico is the Commonwealth of America, and we're American citizens.
But y'all still
we're
spics.
tolerated.
Y'all still
Yeah.
spics. Yeah.
We're still outsiders.
Yep, 100%. 100%. That's why
There's still people telling Puerto Ricans go back to your country. It's like, hello.
That's why the BB Urich report is so important for Daredevil and the world building of the current New York in the MCU. Oh, I love that shit.
That's also why I chose to look like this, so I can infiltrate the other side and help you guys from across the line.
Help us, brother. Help us. And it's funny because obviously I've been living here in Miami for a long time, and I'm not trying to make it a thing. Like, it's just my experience here in Miami. It's like it's your culture first, whether you're Cuban, Nicaraguense, Colombian, Venezuelan. It doesn't matter what you are. It's your culture first, Miami second. In New York, it don't matter. It could be Ak, it could be the Puerto Rican over here, it could be the Chinese person over there. Like, it's New York first. You know what's hilarious? My wife would always combat that. She'd be like, "Oh, that's your experience here in Miami. For me, it was different, blah, blah, blah." And then she started watching that show with Action Brunson. Fuck, That's Delicious. Have you ever seen that? Action Brunson. Yeah. So Action Brunson has a show where he just goes around eating. And she saw what a regular night in New York looked like. And my wife, she loves New York. She's been to New York plenty of times, so she gets it. But I don't know if she's ever had an in-depth look like what Action Brunson was doing. And she got it. Like, she got what I was trying to tell her. That it's New York first, and then is your race, nationality, whatever. And she was like, "Oh, I get it. I see what these guys are doing." And it's like, well, you see what these guys are doing on this block? All of New York is doing that on their own blocks. And that's what a summer night looks like in New York, And the thing about this BB Urich report is, although we have that about New Yorkers where it's New York first, and I feel like that report shows it, because that report isn't about anything else but New York, but it's different people's opinions and views on New York. So when that guy came up and he was like, "Yo, I love the whole White Tiger thing, but he's Puerto Rican," you know what they're going to say. It just made everything feel a lot more heavy, where it's like, yeah, New York is New York first, then your culture. But when it comes to the overall arc, whether it's the government or Congress or police or whatever, you're just Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
I thought that shit was very powerful.
I'll tell you this. Being military, right? Here in New York, when everybody is from here, when they ask you, "What are you?" it's well known that they mean, are you Puerto Rican? Are you Italian? Are you Russian? I mean, because we're all in New York. We're New Yorkers, right? So that's a given. I shit you not. In the military, in boot camp, when I got to my ship, when I got to Diego Garcia, when people like, "Yo, Vic, what are you?" "I'm a New Yorker. I'm from the Bronx." That's the first thing I say.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Because out there, it feels more like they're not asking me where I'm from, like who I am. Where are you from? I'm the Bronx.
Hold on. Yeah. Krills. Pleasantly is Taquan. Yeah, that's Taquan. He just fucking trolling.
So like that's how we outside. That's how you represent yourself. When they ask you where you're from,
I'm from New York. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's all they need to know.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful, and I think that's what makes that show so strong. That BB Urich report, where it's not about whether you black or white or Puerto Rican or whatever. It's just
appreciate you.
This is the report.
Yeah,
I'm not talking to your race. I'm talking to you as a New Yorker. What do you think is going on with Wilson Fisk? What do you think is going on with White Tiger? What do you think is going on with Daredevil? I don't care where you're from. And yes, I get it.
Look.
That guy said, "Oh, he's not going to get a fair shake. He's Puerto Rican." Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's just how life goes. At the end of the day, we still
New Yorkers
spit.
know.
Yeah, we still
New Yorkers know. Like, yo, there's a difference.
Yeah,
between the white people and us.
We still
or the cops and us.
We still
we're threats.
Yeah, we're still Latinos, so it's cool. But
and when I heard that line, I don't know if I said this to Cap or if I said this in my head. I was like, wow, they had the balls to say that.
No, he said that.
Yeah. I was so surprised that they said that. Yeah, 100%. One of my favorite parts of that show is just her talking to New Yorkers, and they have their accents on point, which is important. They all look very different from each other, which is important. Like, I love that part of the show. I think,
and you know what?
I think we don't have that good of a show without that. Yeah.
And the stories that these people tell are kind of realistic because the I want to assume he's Italian or some kind of white, that older guy in the first story they said where he was like, I had my gun on me.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm with my pops on Monday watching the news, and they're talking about this bar in Connecticut.
The news is rough to watch nowadays.
Where it's been around since, well, he owned it since the 70s, but the bar's been around since like the 50s, and he just sold it, and the new owner, he's transitioning, so the dude's like 80 something years old, and they asked him like, how were you able to keep this bar up and running when so many stores around you was closed throughout the time? And he says, well, there was a rough neighborhood, back in the day, and I would stand outside with my gun on my hip to deter any of the gangs or anything from coming into my bar. Now, this is an Irish bar.
Well, of course.
The guy the guy in Daredevil who admitted walking around with a gun, I want to assume is some kind of white guy. You can't hear those stories from us.
I hear what you're saying.
And it's not the fact that there's some Puerto Rican going around going, oh, I had my gun in my hip. It's because morally we were taught you can't walk around with that because they're looking for you.
Yeah. Don't bring attention to yourself.
Yeah.
A white guy could do that. We couldn't do that. Yeah.
And that's New York.
That's New York.
So those stories are more realistic than people realize.
I love the BB Urich report. I love that shit. I think it's such a good part of the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's so
that
good.
ending. The ending of episode 3. Holy shit.
I would, like, that shit made me emotional, dog. Like, again, being a New Yorker and being Dominican, obviously I heard a lot about the coquí. My dad had a shirt that it was the Puerto Rican frog. And it literally said Puerto Rico el coquí. Like, we Dominicans with that shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've always heard about the coquí, but I never knew that that's what the coquí stood for, right? So to see that happen and him getting blasted like that, and then just hear complete silence and nothing but wind, and hear the song of the coquí, I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? And Cap, that's what made me understand what you're saying now. It's like, yo, hold on. You have always, like, obviously this is the MCU, this is Kevin Feige. You have the resources to get good writers to do shit like that. Where has this been this whole time? You guys are playing it real safe now because it's Daredevil. Motherfucker, play it safe with everything. Play it safe with each of these phases that you're doing.
Yeah.
Why do we not have this love for every other character and IP and whatever that you're doing? Like, why don't we have this?
I will say this. In this last few phases, right? What has been something that stuck out as really good? We've had Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Guardians 3.
And Ryan Coogler and the cast fought for what they wanted and fought to dedicate to Chadwick Boseman. right? We've had Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn fought to tell the story he wanted to tell. We have now Daredevil, where we know behind the scenes that Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, they fought for what they fucking wanted to do. I think we need more.
We need more people fighting.
Actors who are in the position to be like, no, this is not what the fuck the characters do.
Bam, 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 bam. Yep.
Like, we don't need Brie Larson to just accept what they throw her.
Mm-hmm. And not even trying to like give Brie Larson a stray here, but yeah, we need people that are gonna and okay. So then that's my question to you now, Cap. Do you think someone like Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, can get the say to that over someone like a, let's say, the bad guy from Secret Invasion, the European dude that did Bob Marley? I don't know what his name is, but do you think someone like Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio get a better say over someone like that? Like if someone like that in Secret Invasion was like, hey man, I read these comics and it's a little off here. Like, do you think that Vincent and them get a better say over someone like that?
I would love to turn around and be like, nah, everybody just got to fight for it. But they 100% do, because they had a good cachet coming from
Vincent.
What they did.
Anything Vincent D'Onofrio says is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Ryan Coogler had a nice cachet. Like, everybody, I'll admit, they started from, they started with a bigger bargaining chip. And yeah, Brie Larson doesn't have a bargaining chip at all because the fans don't like her. Anthony Mackie, as much as I'm enjoying Sam Wilson as Cap, he don't have a bargaining chip. Apparently, Mahershala Ali did have a bargaining chip, but everybody else around him forgot that they were playing cards. Like they just looked at him and was like, "What do you cash?" He came in with a Money in the Bank. I was like, "I'm gonna cash in," and everyone's like, "There's no champions here. What are you doing?"
They're like, "No."
We forgot to book the champion on the show.
You're not established in the MCU yet. You can't do this. Calm down. And it's funny because Anthony Mackie, he's doing a lot of interviews, and there's a lot of people saying a lot of things about Anthony Mackie right now.
Because I addressed it before.
I love it. I love it. Idiots. There's just a lot of racist people out there. Yeah, for sure. Like,
I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna call. Is there racism out there? Yeah, but for the majority of what I'm hearing, I'm just hearing uninformed fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put the other label on them.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. I should retract on that. You're right. There's a lot of people who've never read a comic book in their lives, like, just saying shit too. But listen, like I'm still going to stick with my guns. I think the MCU is in a better place than it was 2 years ago. With the success of Wolverine and Deadpool, and the success of Daredevil, obviously the success of Guardians 3. Like there's a lot of good going on right now. And I just hope we could keep it. I hope that the MCU does a better job at trimming the fat. That's it. Just there's certain things and certain shows that we don't need. It's good for you to be aware of that. And also, now doing this show and speaking to you guys, of course, whatever kind of leeway or creative direction that you're giving to Daredevil, you're giving to Charlie, and you're giving to Vincent, like, keep that same energy for other shows. Like it's like, listen to when an actor tells you, "Hey man, I read the comics of this character. I don't think they would say this." listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing for Daredevil, you need to just do that moving forward for everybody. Whether that means bringing in the Russos, whether that means bringing in like just better writers and actors, whatever the case, man. Like, because this show is not good because it's part of the MCU now, or it's on Disney Plus. That's not why this show is. That's not why Daredevil's good. Daredevil's good is because you know you couldn't fuck it up, because you know that these people have been saying these certain things and you made sure that they were being satiated, right? Vincent and Charlie. Do that for everything else. And we're fine here. We're good.
Yo, Caps, you just mentioned like unnecessary shows. Which one's unnecessary?
Secret Invasion was unnecessary. Secret Invasion was unnecessary.
Yeah, you don't need that. I was trying to bait you into saying.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
She-Hulk?
What's really funny?
No, I wouldn't even aim it for that one.
She-Hulk was, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but it just went on too long. You know what's a show a show that was unnecessary, but it was low key fire? Agatha All Along.
That's the one I was aiming for.
Yeah. Agatha was unnecessary as fuck, but that shit was really good. Did you guys like Agatha?
It was all right.
That shit was,
Yeah, it was all right.
I'm sorry, I think that shit was amazing. I
But
thought Agatha was really good. There was really good writing in Agatha.
I also think that instead of for the actors fighting, I think they need to start fighting for what the actual story of each movie is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of movies that tell too many stories at once.
I think low key, and correct me if I'm wrong. So I think low key, what you're trying to say is just keep everything street level. Yeah.
No, yeah, because like I get the war for animanium, and I get
technically
the thinkers trying to fuck up.
Technically, that's street level. The war for adamantium should be street level. Yeah.
I get that, but then the other stuff that's in it with the Red Hulk, it's like, okay, cool, you threw in the Red Hulk. You didn't necessarily need to put the Red Hulk in this movie. You could have.
You did it.
Foreshadowed the Red Hulk in something else.
I
where people were pretty sure they thought Thunderbolt was in.
I would have just been okay with just more focus on Brainiac. I mean, this dude,
the leader.
Yeah, the leader. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would have just been cool with more focus on him.
Yeah, I have a question here for you, because this is ever since you brought up your take,
that Hawkeye shit is destroying your life. I love it. I love it.
My synapses are just fucking firing.
Yeah.
Are you guys mad? Right, that Black Panther and T'Challa obviously dies because the actor dies.
Sure.
And they refuse to recast him.
Apparently they're thinking about it. Apparently they're thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and until they do it, they have to backwards some way to get a new one, right?
For sure.
Who else? White Tiger dies, and we know they're not going to recast him. They're just going to move on.
Just make his niece for sure.
Yeah, if that continues, right?
If that continues, correct.
Does anybody else find it fucking weird that Thunderbolt Ross, William Hurt, he died, and not only do they immediately recast him, but they picked an 80-something-year-old man who, let's be honest, how much longer is he gonna be around?
Yeah, and the funny part is that they show him earlier on, like they try to make him look younger, and they try to make Harrison Ford look like he was originally there in the Hulk, like the original Incredible Hulk. Which I get it, you kind of have to do that, but it's like, yeah, why choose Harrison Ford? Like, I love Harrison Ford, but Harrison Ford don't got too long left in him either, which is funny.
Yeah.
I've been watching 1923, and Harrison Ford is old, bro. It's unfortunate, but Harrison Ford is old. Yeah, he's getting up there. I'm not trying to wish the worst on anybody, but I get what you're saying.
Me neither, but
Yeah.
And it's kind of unbelievable he's a Red Hulk. Like Harrison Ford.
Elaborate on that.
Like with him, because he looks fragile, right? And then he turns into the Red Hulk. And he turns into the Red Hulk, and you know, he's doing all this shit. Because like, not for nothing, if I'm watching this as someone who doesn't know,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm like, well, definitely has to be weaker than the regular Hulk, because the fucking person who turns into the Red Hulk is a fucking fragile old man.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because I was looking at him transform into Red Hulk, and I'm like, damn, Harrison Ford looks old, but when he transforms into the Red Hulk, he's kind of good looking. Like, damn, like obviously, you know, this is you know, Harrison Ford. He's always been a good looking man, but I was like, damn, like you can see how old he looks regularly, and then he turns into the Incredible Hulk, and I'm like, damn, you still got something in you, OG. You still look like you can pull something. And it's funny because it's the Red Hulk kind of preserving that. But I get what you're saying, where it's like, this guy's old too. Are we just gonna lose him and we're gonna need someone to take over Red Hulk as well? Like, yeah.
The bigger point that I'm making is, why is it that so far it seems that if you're a minority and your character, you pass, and your character has to go with you. And we're talking, all right, White Tiger, cool, one off. All right, that actor died. They don't bring him back. Okay, I get it for that character. But fuck it, T'Challa?
Because they don't know how to handle the culture.
T'Challa, yeah. There's so much.
To them, they don't know.
There's so much culture behind it.
They think it's disrespectful if Chadwick Boseman gets replaced because they can't handle the culture.
Because not only that, it was just like, fuck, man. Like, Black Panther was such a movement. It's not just about the character itself. It's about the movie and how it was produced. Like, there was like 2% white people on that movie, and one of them was the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was just a big moment where it's like, not only did you have this just incredible actor in Chadwick Boseman and his rise, right, with 42 and the James Brown and all of that, you have him rising up and him being like the symbol of hope in this already symbol of hope kind of like continuity of everything in the MCU, right? Where it's heroes. And, you know, there was just so much that happened. And then to ultimately the release of Black Panther 1, where, I mean, dude, people were showing up in like traditional, like African garb. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was an important time in history. Like, whether you like the MCU or not, you need to understand how big Black Panther was, because it went beyond the screen, right? So it's tough recasting that.
But
it's tough.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate, right? And
please.
And I know I look like this. I can't help it. Fuck off if you got
At the end of the day, you're still Puerto Rican, son. I don't give a fuck how light you are.
Yeah. If people got a problem with that, come talk to
me. I understand that, right? But here's now my thing. For the culture and for people of Africa and for people of that background, Marvel just told you, for the time being at least, well, you don't have that character anymore. That character cannot proceed. As important as it is to you, we gave you one chance, and it went away, and now there's nothing else we can do. Which is a little bit of a, you could have found a way.
I think it's more of a respecting. It's like yo. Should we do it?
Fear.
It's like
I think
should we do it, guys? Should we do it?
Brother said
Like,
to do
should
it.
we?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to finally come around to doing it now. But it's
But
I'm
Cabs,
I'm
cabs.
glad that they gave those. I'm glad that they gave that respect. First of all, like, you know what? We're not gonna decide this. You decide this for us.
But Cabs, I honestly think it's fear.
No, yeah, of course,
And
of course.
and the thing, like, it's one of those things. Like, well, we can't sit here and have the Black Panther and just recast him. Like, they're gonna think we're just throwing his character away, right?
100% fear. 100% fear.
This, like, what Cabs is saying, what Cap was saying, they did that to Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, because that was a
With
throwaway.
no equivocation.
That's a throwaway character. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but with no equivocation, we got rid of Thaddeus. We got rid of the original guy. He died. Now, for the sake of the story, he's in there. I get it. T'Challa in the movie, they passed him on. They moved that. They did a wonderful thing, right? Recasting him and still having that moniker now gets passed on to someone else.
No, I guess.
And that person can carry it. I think it's one of those, they're afraid of the culture or the people backlash on them.
Do you think they will recast Tony Stark at one point?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think at one point they might just turn around and go, scrap everything. We're gonna go back to the original shit like the comics did.
No,
we're gonna have.
Oh no! At one point, like after Secret Wars, is going to just restart everything, and all we're gonna have is X-Men and just a couple of characters here and there.
X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be X-Men and Spider-Man, 100%. But like, there's certain characters that you just like Wolverine. Like, it's gonna be tough to recast Wolverine. Even while we but listen to me. Even while we have Hugh Jackman there, the next Wolverine is gonna have a lot on his fucking plate.
I guarantee you, if you do it correctly, it's not going to be a big of a transition as you think.
No, 100%. No, like, but that's the thing. You need to get it right.
But here's the thing: the reason why it doesn't feel like the reason why people can make an argument that they didn't get it right handing Sam the shield is because they don't fucking-stand why Bucky got it in the comics.
So okay.
It's a bunch of people who don't know the history that are coming into the movies without the fucking knowledge.
So think about that. Think about that 30-year-old that the first time he saw Wolverine on screen was X-Men 1 when he was 12. Right? Like, it's gonna be tough to convince that person of a new Wolverine. It's easy for you to do it because your comic knowledge.
I think it's gonna be easier because you know what? I don't want to be this guy, but I'm gonna say it. The only way it becomes tough to recast Wolverine is if we don't recast Logan. We just put X-23 in.
I hear what you're saying.
Because everybody's going to be like, oh, they took away another male, I put another fucking female in there. Yeah. Again, not knowing the history of the fucking comic books.
Yeah.
Not knowing what Laura means to Logan specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Not even giving up the due to how well she did in Logan the movie.
But we're going to need a new Wolverine. We're going to need one. Yeah.
And they just find the right white guy, and the movie doesn't suck, it's going to be good.
So
it's going to be passable.
So then now,
Ryan Gosling.
So then now, that's what I want for Black Panther. Now, so then that's what we're talking about now. So then now, think about what T'Challa did, because Wolverine was great, and everyone loved Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. But what Chad did for an entire culture. Think about how difficult that is to follow up,
Also, I think Wolverine or Hugh Jackman respectfully has run his course of Wolverine.
I think he's still got another 5 years in him, but yeah.
No, I agree with you. He does. But if they changed him, this man was in 5 movies as Wolverine.
T'Challa still feels fresh.
T'Challa was in 1.
Yeah, T'Challa still feels
At
fresh.
most 3. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, Chadwick Boseman.
One on his own, and then like 3 more in the grand scheme of things.
We haven't seen every spectrum of his character the way he did Black Panther. So if someone came in and changed one thing of Black Panther, it's like, whoa, what are you doing?
And
because we didn't see him fucking around with Tony Storm, or it's like we saw a little bit of him messing with his sister, but we didn't see him as a human being outside of Wakanda dealing with regular people.
And it's the role too, and that's another thing about Chad. Like even before Black Panther, he had these like very predominant, historical black figure roles where he was Jackie Robinson, where he was James Brown. So it's like you see him be that. You see him be Jackie Robinson in the way that he did. 42 is an amazing movie. And then I didn't watch the James Brown one. I didn't do that.
Oh, that was fantastic.
And apparently that's another good. Exactly. So this is the guy. Like if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, they might have made a new Malcolm X movie based on him, or maybe even a new Martin movie based on. I don't know. Like he was the guy to portray these like predominant, powerful black figures. Yeah, he was the next Denzel. He literally was, which is funny because Denzel like paid for his schooling. Yeah, you've heard that story. So that's the thing that's going on here. We didn't lose Black Panther. We lost the black man who could be put into any role. Like this guy, like he was just made to represent an entire culture. And that is crazy praise. And that is tough to, get the new actor or move on from. And maybe people just needed some time to understand, hey guys, Chad is gone. We need to move on. We need to move on. And
also, it's kind of like when Heath Ledger died.
Yeah.
Everyone loved that joke.
Yeah.
So it's like no one can play the Joker. They're recasting the Joker, but it's almost like, well, the Joker we're showing you is completely different than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you go? The Black Panther we got is completely different than Chadwick. There's only one Black Panther. No matter how many multiverses we have, there's only one Black Panther. Like he's a king. He does the right thing. Like he cares about his people. It's fucking Chadwick Boseman. There's no who else.
Sometimes you make a right choice and it's too good of a choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too. Chadwick Boseman was just too good of a choice for Black Panther.
But also then, but now here's the thing. So you don't recast them. The majority of the people, although the movie's good, the majority of the people, because this is what I'm hearing, right? The majority of the people don't like your solution to no Black Panther. So now instead of something that feels organic,
yes,
the way to bring the Black Panther back, it just feels like a knee-jerk reaction. Like, okay, we got Shuri. Shit. A lot of the fans don't like Shuri. We got the kid. What do we do? What do we do with the kid? Is the kid 11? Is the kid 16? All of a sudden, 2 years later, is it a different universe?
Did he get snapped?
Yeah.
So like that.
Did he get snapped? Is crazy.
That's why I say the thing about recasting, right? Because you're gonna have to bring in somebody new anyway. Otherwise, that character goes away, and we now set a precedent that if we find the perfect actor and that actor passes, well, that character's done.
And I agree with you 1,000,000%. It just felt so different with Chad. Like I think the rarity or how exclusive it is falls on Chad. Like if Chad was just some like regular actor and his first shot at acting or at a big role was Black Panther, I think it would be easier to recast him. But the thing is, his other predominant roles and how ingrained he was into, African American culture and just the representation of these like important figures. Like, bruh, my man was just dropping bombs with every character he played. James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Black Panther, like that's gonna be tough. And
Even what is it, 13 Bridges?
Yeah, like
you got Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall,
Yeah.
like this guy is just like it's crazy. It's so unfortunate that we lost Chad. Well, that's one of the like in terms of like celebrity deaths, that's one of the roughest ones, I think, just because of what he meant and what he can do moving forward. It's not just about what he has done; it's about what he could have done. And obviously, when someone like an actor, or something like, or an athlete like Kobe or something like that, when those people pass away, you do think about like what they could have done moving forward. But it's really fun to think about that with Chad, because you could drop Chad into most any like predominant like African American figures or something like that. Like there was just so much left for him to do. You know what I'm saying? There was just so much left. So I think it was more of a respecting. Me, I've always said it, like, I know it's going to be rough. I know you're going to get hate, but it's just easier to recast people. It's just easier. It's just easier.
Again, but when he himself says that it's go ahead recast,
yeah,
like, he didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, but also, the grand scheme of things, he also wasn't seeing things as other people were. But
and also you got to remember the man himself. Like we don't know the relationship he has with the studio and the people writing these things.
100%. It's 100%.
It's like, let's say something happens to one of the people on this show. It's like, what am I just gonna get somebody throw? Like after a while, I gotta let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? It's
like if something happens to Charlie Cox, just kill the Daredevil character, in my opinion.
No.
Sorry.
No,
the guy who played Bullseye.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
Somebody else can act blind. And
I get it. I get it. But just end it right there. I don't need to see more. I don't need to see anymore.
Cabs, I think what Cap is trying to say is he's not Vincent D'Onofrio.
Okay. So then what about something happens to Vincent? You want someone else doing the campaign? Of course we do.
Yo, you know what?
I'm being stupid. Being stupid, but
no. If you guys are gonna say that, then I'm gonna say this. If Marvel approaches any actor to play any character that has any feline descent, please go get checked by the doctor fucking immediately.
Yeah.
Fucking immediately.
I was thinking,
and turn on like, yo, we want you to play Meow Mix. Go get fucking checked.
I thought we were gonna do some RDJ related. Yeah.
Nah, but to bring it back to Daredevil, the guy who played White Tiger it's sad because it's like we're never gonna get more of him.
Yeah.
Because his acting in the jail cell, like when he's described Puerto Rico and all that other stuff, it's like
so good.
Taste of it. We got a taste of it. Now imagine if he was still around and his character didn't die and we had the twin, like we saw him and Matt Murdock.
A team up.
White Tiger and Daredevil on some Punisher Daredevil type shit. Where it's like the morality of the shit is like, yo, bro, you're not saving these people. You're punishing those people. Like he sees it. He's like, yo, I'm here to help this woman out because she was attacked. You're here to hurt this man. Like this is like the same way the Punisher and the Daredevil was like, you knock them down, they get up. I knock them down, they stay down.
They stay down. Yep.
And you still have that. It's like you have the wrong intention on why you're saving people. And that could have been the discussion between the White Tiger and
I would have
Daredevil.
loved to see something like that. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, it was just, we're at a time like, and obviously the MCU and, the overall scheme of things. And, that's kind of like why Daredevil can work so well, because that's just kind of Matt. Matt's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what is happening anywhere. I'm here. Between 40th Street and 50th Street, between 8th Ave and 12th. I'm here. I'm not, like, if I got to shoot up to Harlem, if I got to shoot up to Washington Heights, I'm down, but I would prefer not to do that. Like, I'm here. So it would have been cool to just. It's cool that Matt just has to focus on that. Like there's a lot of heroes, right? That if they were to just randomly join up to the MCU, which is why the Fantastic Four needs to be done in the 60s, right? But there's so many other people that would just join the MCU out of nowhere and be like, okay, where have you been at this whole time? A lot of that happened with Moon Knight. Moon Knight was so popular, Moon Knight was so strong, and everybody's like, okay, Moon Knight, but where have you been the whole time? You don't have to do that with Matt. Whether you see Matt or not, you know he's in one place. Hell's Kitchen. He ain't going nowhere.
Dude, I would make the argument, if you ask where the fuck has Moon Knight been this whole time?
Egypt.
I would make the argument, like, why the fuck y'all motherfuckers didn't fly to Egypt and stop the fucking 50 feet crocodile?
100%.
You ain't see that shit?
100%. 100%. And it's like, I just mentioned a character to just kind of throw it out there, but that's the thing about Matt. Like, and I think that's why
the
it's so
Fantastic
easy.
Four popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like, really?
Really? That's why you have to put them in the 60s. You have to put them in the 60s. But Matt, it's like
Axel Miller was built yesterday.
Yeah, Matt. It's like Matt was like Matt just been here the whole time. Yeah, he's just been just getting some low level guys, but he's just taking care of his people.
Hell's Kitchen doesn't have the Avengers.
Hell's Kitchen, look, man. At the end of the day, you can worry about everything else but Hell's Kitchen. How about that? How about you look at it in that way, where Hell's Kitchen is good. They have their guy. They just focus on everything else. Same thing with Luke Cage. Luke Cage got all of Harlem all the way up until Dykeman. That's Luke Cage. Luke Cage just got that. Jessica Jones sprinkles in a little bit there, whatever. We don't talk about
Spider-Man got Queens.
We don't talk about Danny Rand. Spider-Man got Queens, and
no one got the Bronx.
Fisting himself.
Fuck. Listen. There's a lot of you just got me upset. Like, there's a lot of people saying that, like, we may see the Defenders joining up in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Yeah.
I need a new Danny Rand. Or if not, make 100%. Or if not, do what's his key? I forget the other guy's name. He's in Marvel Rivals. The Iron Fist
the new guy?
Yeah, the Iron Fist in Marvel Rivals is not Danny Rand, is a new guy. Yeah. Key Lee, something like that.
You just said characters are intrinsically connected to the actor, so we can't recast Danny Rand.
No.
Here's the thing, though. He was not the fucking Iron Fist. Fuck you.
Yeah, he was. No, he never did anything else powerful. He never did anything else. Like, he was never kind of like, no.
Remember, he's also white, so we can get rid of him.
If he would have, he's white. Like, if he would have played something like
representing an Asian culture,
if he would have done, I don't know, if he would have done a convincing Christopher Columbus or something, then maybe we could talk about it. But no. He could go. I will say this. If we were to get if we were to get a new Jessica Jones, I'd be very upset. Like, get what's her name? Something Ritter. Get her back.
Kristen Ritter.
Get her back immediately.
Yo,
out of all of the Defenders, I want to see her the most.
You know that the guy who played Luke Cage doesn't want to come back.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. He said, "Go ahead and recast because I'm not doing it."
That's unfortunate. I didn't know he said that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, depending on how good Michelle can act from Dodgeball, why not have him as Luke Cage?
Michelle, that's so funny. Out of all the people that you could have mentioned, you mentioned Michelle. That's so funny. That's so funny. I know exactly who that is. That is, damn, he really said that? Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll see how big that Marvel check is. Because
it's for a Disney Plus show. How big do you think that's going to be?
I mean, they get some. They get some.
He's going to pop up in one of those fucking movies somewhere.
What has he been doing lately? I haven't seen him anywhere.
He was in that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't.
Well, you know what? You know what you do then? In that case, there's only one recast that I would like to see, and he's down for anything. Call Michael J. White. Call Michael J. White. He'll do it. Call Michael J. White. Call
Isn't
him.
he too old though?
I don't give a fuck how old he is. Black don't crack.
He can still fight. Yeah.
Black don't
Yo,
crack. You can make him
yeah,
look young.
Okay. Yeah, it don't crack. Cool. But hips stop flexing.
Nah. He's still good. He still got some time.
But
He got time.
But you know what the crazy shit is?
Or maybe get Mahershala Ali.
Michael Jai White, the best acting I've ever seen him do was in Why Did I Get Married?
I've
Ever
never
seen that movie?
I've never seen that.
So Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2? He's in the movie, and he plays like an ex-football player, right? And he's huge in it, like muscular wise, like he always is. He doesn't act like he's a muscular dude. Like he acts like a normal human being, and like his wife is the bane of his existence, but he loves her. And it's just one of those things. Like I see that acting, I'm like, this is your home.
Yeah.
That intimidating, serious person that he puts on in all those other movies, doesn't compare to the guy who played.
I think he's chill as fuck. I think he's chill as hell.
What the fuck is his name? Power Man.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. There you go. I don't think he. The way that Luke Cage portrayed that character.
Luke Cage is pretty chill himself.
No, he was. But when he turned around, and was like, "Go ahead, shoot me, nigga."
Yeah.
Like when he said that to the kid, because it's like, you're gonna be stupid. That was like, wow, that was powerful.
You know what was my favorite thing?
Michael Jai White could convey that message through that line.
Listen, man, I'm just always gonna say Michael J. White, just because, and not only that, he's just so ingrained into like video game culture too.
No, I get it.
And not to be insensitive or anything, but there was a time where if there was like a black video game hero character and you needed a voice, you called Michael J. White.
He voiced Blade in Midnight Suns.
There was a whole time. That was him, right?
Yep.
There was a time where you just like, you call him.
There's only going to be one person, and one person only, I will accept to play Luke Cage if they have to recast.
Who?
Tom Hanks. Tell me Tom Hanks couldn't do it.
He is the captain now.
He is the captain now. Maybe you know what? It would be funny. Tom Hanks' son. We'll get Chet Hanks to do it.
No.
Now
Chet
I'm
Hanks,
fucking with you.
Yo, Tom Hanks, he's played Sully.
He has.
Right? He's played a Armenian type guy in the fucking airport.
That airport movie was
Terminal.
Terminal.
That's one of my favorite movies.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Yo, I mean, tell me those roles doesn't add up to him being the protector of Harlem.
I can see him protecting Harlem. Against Crystal Clear.
At the end of the day, it's Tom Hanks. He can do whatever he wants.
Or how about this?
George Clooney.
How about this? Tom Hanks is Danny Rand.
They'll do a lot better fighting than them.
You just saved the character. How about that? You just saved the character right there. That's what you did. You just saved the character of Iron Fist. I would love, and apparently there's going to be some defenders. Get rid of Danny Rand. Get the new Iron Fist. I forget his name, but he's all over Marvel Rivals. Lei Wee or something like that. I don't know.
Lei is in Marvel Rivals.
So it's funny because you hear him talk, because Moon Knight in Marvel Rivals, Lin Lee, there it is. And Moon Knight tells him, he's like, Moon Knight, like when whenever like you are about to start the match. Yeah, there you go. Whenever you're about to start the match, they talk to each other. So Moon Knight, if you pick Moon Knight and someone else on your team picks Iron Fist, they talk about it. Yeah, Moon Knight says, "Hey, you're not the Moon Knight that I know." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a little different, but I'm still Moon Knight." And then I'm still Iron Fist. And Moon Knight is like, I don't know, man. You seem a little weird. He's like, yeah, I get it, but I'm still Iron Fist. Don't worry about it. It's a really funny like dialogue between them.
So when I was trying to look up the guy's name, it says that Marvel Studios is reportedly exploring a new Iron Fist project.
Yeah.
Potentially featuring an Asian superhero as the new Iron Fist and possibly in Shang-Chi too.
Yeah. Let's do that. Get away from Danny Rand. It didn't work.
No. Yo, time out, because Danny Rand is a good character.
Danny Rand
Finn
himself.
Jones didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Vin Jones didn't work. Sorry.
Get Finn Jones the fuck out of anything.
Yeah. Get him out of there. Yeah, for sure. That did not work.
Yo, here's another little tip for actors. If you show up for an audition and Finn Jones's name is in the call sheet, don't even bother. Walk away. Save your career.
And you know what? While we're talking about that, if you are going to act in a movie where stunts and choreography and fight sequences are important, maybe you want to practice for those. Maybe.
So what you're saying is the guy who should be playing Iron Fist is Keanu Reeves.
I mean, I wouldn't hate Keanu Reeves as Danny Rand. I wouldn't hate that.
Me neither.
I wouldn't hate that. I'm not being stupid. Like, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't. He's still limber enough.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
puts on a little bit of
Put a little bit
from
of
damn, I forgot his fucking name from the movie with Point Break. Puts a little Point Break on, you got Danny Rand right there.
I mean, to put a little Point Break, he's gonna have to rewind the clock 20 years, but I hear what you're saying.
Not Joe. He's more likely to put a little bit of hip break. But.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's also the thing. That's also the thing. Like, if you think about it, the Fist of Iron immortal guy that we got in that show was kind of like, let's make the Green Arrow, but with karate.
It was literally.
I will not have you besmirch the Green Arrow, bro.
It was
No, the TV show.
It was
like
Justin Timberlake, the Iron Fist.
Yeah, with a little bit of Green Arrow backstory. He was in another land, and they taught him how to fight, and he came back, and he's not even a fucking like cool guy. He's not even like chill, dude. Like, you know, nothing.
Nothing. The best part of that
woman
show. Well, the best
that was
part of
supposed to be
that
Iron
show.
Fist in the second one.
Yeah, the best part of that show was his love interest. Fucking
Jessica Hedwig.
Cap's hugest like Hollywood crush.
I'm telling you right now, it's sad when She-Hulk is better than that fucking.
Oh,
I'll tell you right.
That's a fun conversation.
I'll tell you right now.
Iron Fist or She-Hulk. That's a fun conversation.
I'd much rather watch She-Hulk on a continuous loop.
Me too.
Let me tell you why.
Seconds of Iron Fist.
No, I know why. Cap would rather watch She-Hulk. You want to know why, Cap? Cap would watch She-Hulk.
Megan Thee Stallion.
No.
Sorry.
Because I shit you not. 15 minutes into the first episode of Iron Fist, he walked out of the fucking room and said, "I'm good."
It was not great.
That's as much as that fucking show he watched.
The right before the cage fight with Jessica Hedwig, that told was like, "Yo, you got to get back here and watch this cage fight." I was like, "Nah, I don't got to do shit."
She was so good too.
Yeah,
she was so good. She was good in the Matrix too, the new Matrix that had dropped.
She's the only thing that was good in that.
She was the only thing that was good in that.
Neil
movie.
Patrick Harris was good. Neil Patrick Harris.
You know what? I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yo, it's 12.
It's just a story.
Look at us. It's 12:30 going in. Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't been here for a while, and it feels good. It feels good. Where's Leia?
Yeah.
Has Leia been coming through?
He got
like 16 kids.
Yeah. Every now and again he pops up.
Okay.
You know, I'll see if I can get him on again.
I kind of wanted him here today. I was gonna hit him up, but shit just got kind of crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, the only time the only alone time I have goes to three things: my son, my wife, and video games. Like, I don't have any time. I wanted to see what Led thought about this new Daredevil. You know, obviously, I know he's waiting for Punisher. I know he's waiting for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, John Bernthal just did such a good job. I know Les like patiently waiting for that, but I wanted to see, you know, and maybe like, you know, a couple episodes, and I want to come back and see what you guys are thinking. This show's just so good. I think the show's really good.
You know you always welcome here, and I'll put in a bigger effort to have Lay in here next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. I should have hit him up. I'll be like, "Yo, see what's up." I want to see what he thinks about it.
We'll get show to watch his kid.
Yeah,
we gotta do a fucking like
D&D?
Infinity War Endgame shit, where we get the old crew with the new crew, and we get all the crew together.
I love that idea. But we
Word.
would need an Infinity War event for that.
Oh, the destruction of Marvel. When Fantastic Four winds up being shit,
I'm here for
we'll bring everybody together.
Damn, don't say that.
That's the only thing that I can think of.
I'm
Because
gonna
if it's
tell you.
good,
I'm gonna tell
we
you
don't
right
all
now.
need to be here for that.
I'll tell you right now, Cap. I'm putting this out into the universe. If Fantastic Four is not good, me, the biggest Marvel shill, I'm done. If Fantastic Four isn't good, I'm done.
Look what you did.
Yeah, I'm done. No. I've been feeling this way. I'm done. Look at
Welcome to the
born,
dark side.
born again over here. No,
I
100%. I
feel like
I wouldn't be able to continue if Fantastic Four is not good. But then I'll
feel like
say that. Go ahead.
As would go up to fight him like failed this community.
Yeah, 100%. But the funny part is, I'd feel that way until we get X-Men. Yeah, once we get X-Men, I'm right back in.
Yeah.
I'm right back in.
I'll make you this promise. Regardless of how you feel, because I'm obviously not going to know at the time. If I think Fantastic Four is bad, our out of the theater reaction is just going to be me going, "Oh, Cabs, I guess you're on my side now."
Yeah, real quick, I just read this thing. It says new Iron Fist in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Lin Lee,
Yeah.
who is the Sword Master in Marvel Rivals, has also been rumored to be the new Iron Fist.
Yeah, please, just do it. Yo, there's been a lot of correlation, too, with Marvel. So Marvel Rivals has gotten a lot of people back into the whole hero Marvel kind of thing. And it's funny, they have a really cool story in Marvel Rivals where there's two Dr. Dooms that are like just causing chaos everywhere. It's really funny because it's just a stupid fucking online hero shooter game, but there's a lot going on under the scenes, and there's a lot of character interaction between them. Like if you pick, you have I think you can pick 6 people per team, and if you pick certain people, they like talk, right? And some characters are like regular Marvel, and some characters have been, kind of reworked MCU style, like Namor. Like he calls himself in Marvel Rivals, Namor is Namor. Yeah, he is Namor. He has the accent. Like he is MCU Namor. It's so cool. So there's a lot of like that overlap going on. So there's some interesting shit. Low key, there's interesting potential future MCU stuff in Marvel Rivals. Yeah, it's super cool. And even like the little conversations that they have. Obviously, everyone loves Jeff the Shark. I don't know if we'd ever be able to introduce that to the MCU, but I mean,
here's a shocker for you.
It's through Kate Bishop we would be able to introduce Jeff the Shark,
Here's a shocker for you. I don't know who the fuck Jeff the Shark is.
No one knows who Jeff the Shark is. I had no idea who Jeff the Shark was. That is an that is an obscure Marvel character.
Well, you know who he is, right? He's the guy at the hot dog stand. Spider-Man, do a flip.
That is hilarious because the voice is very similar. Do a flip, because he's very like high pitched. It's funny because that same guy was the one in Shang-Chi. He's like, yeah. I have taken some martial arts. Where is Shang-Chi? Where is he?
He is in 1872 shooting guns for some stupid fucking reason.
Where is Shang-Chi?
Oh, I hated season 3 so fucking bad.
Where's Shang-Chi?
What are you talking about?
What If?
Yeah.
It's the episode we missed because we fell asleep.
Yo, son, I think I watched What If until the Darcy episode with this guy.
Her and Howard the Duck.
And I think I watched the next episode after that. It's the worst What If season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Season 1 was so good.
we answered the question. What if Marvel has been crap the entire time?
I mean, I don't want to say that, but yeah, it kind of felt like that. Yeah, What If season 3 was horrible, especially like what we got in What If season 1, where we got T'Challa, Star-Lord, we got evil Doctor Strange, we got the zombie, the Spider-Man zombie shit. Like we got Ultron taking over the Gauntlet and Vision. It was so much good what ifs. And I get that people hate Party Thor, but like on a scale of good what ifs to bad what ifs, you have evil Doctor Strange, and then you have Party Thor. Party Thor is better than anything I saw in What If season 3.
Yo, I was just going to say, evil Doctor Strange, Party Thor, season 3.
Yeah, 100%.
I did like Storm.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
The good. It's kind of like Obi-Wan. It's like the good shit that was in there is not enough to overcome the overall.
No. It's
and true. To be fair, X-Men is hot right now. After X-Men 97, X-Men is hot right now. That's why, like, if the MCU just kind of wants to speed things up and wrap it up, and obviously that would be bad for the brand and bad for the culture. If they want to do that and just like try to move to X-Men as soon as possible, I wouldn't be upset at them because X-Men is hot right now. X-Men 97 was just so good that like you want to continue building on that.
And that was the writing.
I mean, hey, look what happens when you just pay writers. There you go, Marvel. It's on you. Clearly you know what to do. You just choose what IP and what properties get that special kind of treatment, when in reality, they should all get that type of treatment. Just get good writers for everybody. That's it. Choreography, stunt doubles, CGI, we're all used to that being bad. Even in Daredevil, after the hallway scene that we're also used to. Although that first fight scene that they're going up the steps between him and Bullseye, that was a good fighting scene. Like, did it look great? Maybe not. But watch that fight in slow motion. So you can see the kind of wild shit that Bullseye was doing the whole time.
Yeah.
There was that one knife. So he threw a knife at Matt and the knife landed here. When they were going up the stairs, he picked up a bottle from the floor and he throws it at Matt so that it could hit the knife and puncture it even more. There's a lot of shit you miss in that fight if you don't slow it down. Yeah.
Also, I don't think people remember, like, Sidewinder, when Sam threw the knife back at Side, he shot it out the air with the fucking gun.
Yeah. Sam,
he did. Wow, like
Sam was on one that whole thing. I love one of the things that I love about Sam is where he's fighting that guy at the beginning. He's like this really big guy, and he's like he breaks his arm, and it's like, yeah, Sam is normal, but also Sam has a lot of help. The suit is vibranium. The shield is the shield. He has under armor that's like protective, like
actual armor.
Like he could take a stabbing through that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so funny because it's like he gets stabbed here, and then the next scene he's just like normal, and it's like, yes, it's Kevlar lining. I love that.
Like, I felt through your ribs break. You're soft. Like, you want to take a break? No, I got shit to do.
They have to make sure, and again, people are just so mad at like, oh, well, he's just normal guy. Yeah, he's just normal guy, fucking kitted up with everything, like another very popular superhero on the other side of the road that is super kitted up and just a normal person that could fight. I think his name is Batman. Yo, that was so good, Cap. Nightwing. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Oh, how can he stop his punch? Because he had boosters in his back. That's why.
And also, if you notice,
Like,
Yo, when he's
like
fighting the
if
guys
the Hulkbuster,
in the beginning.
if the Hulkbuster could stop the Hulk, you don't think those boosters could do a little something?
Yo, but when he was fighting those guys in the beginning and he pushed the guy onto the cement,
Uh-huh.
the fucking suit did something and he pushed the guy through the fucking cinder block afterwards. These suits also have shit in them.
The cinder block part was crazy. I'm like, Sam, you killing these people right now. Those are cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Those are cinder blocks. I thought it was an okay film. Obviously it was filler, but I thought it was fun to watch. I just rewatched it. It was fun. It's like seeing a Captain America that doesn't mind drinking. That was very funny. My man is just popping shots and shit. And yo, shout out to Joaquin as well. Like, I think he's gonna be a good Falcon. I think he's gonna have some staying power in the MCU.
As long as they don't do to him what they did to him in the comics.
Yeah. And like just completely get rid of him.
He literally has wings.
Yeah.
Like his arms are actual fucking wings.
Oh
no.
Well, I don't like that. Which is kind of the route that they took with Red Wing and not making it a real bird. He dies in the comics though, right? Like Joaquin, I'm pretty sure somebody fucking murders him. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Death in the comics don't mean shit.
Yeah, that
anymore.
doesn't mean shit. Yeah.
But it actually makes more sense that Red Wing is
a real bird.
Drone,
yeah,
and not an actual bird.
Yes. I thought that was a cool change. Yeah, I thought that was a cool change. All right, man. It is about to be 1.
Oh, yeah.
I got to sleep. I have an early morning tomorrow, but it's always great. I'll try to make some more appearances for sure, man.
Yeah. But don't go nowhere once we stop because your video has to be uploaded to the website.
Okay.
It takes a couple minutes.
Okay.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Love you guys. It's been a blast.